All right, all right. It looks like we are live. What is going on, Bree Hive? Welcome back to another live stream. And as you can see, we have our lovely guest, Natalie Lawyer Chick. And
Hello.
we, yes, and we are going to be chatting about a couple of cases that are going on. So, I am running behind schedule, so I'm just going to give Natalie Lawyer Chick a chance to introduce herself for those of my members and subscribers that do not know her, but I think a lot of you do.
Hi, everybody. My name is Natalie. I'm a criminal defense attorney. I've been on hiatus from these YouTube streets. Thank you so much, Boss Attorney Bree, for inviting me on your channel. You can check me out at Natalie Lawyer Chick on YouTube.
Yes, and what kind of? I know you've been off for about a couple of weeks or so. What kind of cases do you normally cover, just to let the chat know?
Anything. So for YouTube, I cover anything as long as it has a legal angle. I'm not going to be sitting here gossiping about people unless there's like some legal filing, someone's been arrested, there's a court date, and I provide legal analysis for popular topics on my channel.
Okay, perfect. And if you guys can see, we got quite a lot of friends here in the live stream, more than usual. We are both actually streaming to both of our channels. So we're using a new little feature. Let me know if it is going well for you guys. And I'm sorry, y'all, I'm still kind of setting up over here. So let me pull up. We're gonna start with Bryan
You want me to
Kohberger.
chat them up while you're what's the word that I'm looking for? You want me to chat them up while you're doing your things over there?
Yes, that would be perfect.
Okay, great. So, hey guys, if any of you are joining from my channel, which I think a few of you maybe not, I don't know. But if any of you are joining from my channel, I am coming back to the YouTube streets probably this weekend. I'm going to be picking up on the Lori Vallow Daybell trial because that trial has begun. I cannot believe that I have missed the first week of it because that has been something I've been covering for a really long time. But I'm really excited to get back to it. I've just been way too busy with work and life to even consider doing anything YouTube related. So I'm really happy to get back into the swing of things.
Yeah, I wanted to cover that. Uh-oh. Were you
Uh-oh.
guys able to hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I didn't know the audio was already turned on, but it is. Yeah. So
Oh, no, I
it's a
didn't hear
craziness.
anything that you just
Oh,
played. Yeah,
oh,
I
okay,
just heard you
okay.
talking. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, it started screaming in my ear because we're going to be covering some crazy, crazy audio from this case already from Courtney Clenney. But before we do get into that, we do have an update. We do have an update on the Kohberger case. Have you been keeping up with that one?
Yeah, I have.
All right. So I'm just going to jump in my chat real quick. I know it's already moving here. I should be able to see people from your chat as well on this StreamYard feature.
Oh, is
So
that
I
for
don't,
real? Okay, cool.
yeah, I don't know if I can tell if they're from your channel or not, but I should still be able to pull everybody up. And I am way behind in the chat today. Oh, yes, I can. It's like a little link, a little paper clip. Can you see it in the chat?
Oh, I see that. Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
how
yeah.
how unique. I love it. Okay, this is really, really cute.
Yeah, so we can see because we have Jets Cats Lessie. I think that's coming from your channel saying let's like the video and get the word out. Yes, of course, guys. If you haven't already, please do hit the like button. We do have a goal of hitting 100 likes per stream on this channel. So let's see if
Oh, let me
we
make
are
sure I do
close.
that. I'm gonna make sure I like your video. Okay, do
Oh,
that right now.
okay. All right. We are at 38 likes over on my channel. Um,
39.
Oh, 39 likes over on my channel. So if you guys are watching on my channel, make sure you hit the like button so that we can get all the likes, get the stream going while we get ready here. Let's see. We got some people from my channel members, Deacon Fatal in the chat, Lambe Bay in the chat. We have Lady Dracanosis, aka Christina Bardine. MED. Evening, ladies. Hello. Welcome into the live stream. We have Philip Kane coming from Natalie's channel saying, hi, Natalie. Good to see you. Bree, love the hair. Super cute. Thank
It
you.
is cute. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I was a little skeptical. I told my chat this on Tuesday because it's a little bright for me, but it's
No,
working
it looks
out. It's
good.
working out.
I like
Oh,
it.
thank you. Thank you. We have MSJ coming from your channel as well, saying, awesome to catch you both live and about the Cluney trial. Total bonus. Yeah, it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time. I think so. Sherry Monique, also from your channel, saying, OMG, ladies, you are right on time. I'm just settling in to braid my hair for the evening and listening to you too.
Oh,
It's
you
just
got plenty of time to listen to us then, girl.
Yeah, because I have a lot set up for us. So we're going to go through the affidavit for Courtney Clenney. I have a timeline spelled out, and then we have a couple of videos of some of the craziness that went on leading up to the actual murder over time, to see if we can kind of get an idea of, I know we don't like to say whether they're guilty or not before we actually get to the trial and all of the evidence, but just kind of see what the court of public opinion is saying.
The strength of the case right now. Yeah, sure.
Right, exactly. We have Marianne Williams, a member of my channel, saying, got Bree on my laptop, Natalie on my phone, and Runkle will be streaming soon on my TV. Love to see the support. We got people dropping in the chicklets, and I am already getting behind in the chat. So, and my chat knows that I like to read a lot of chat. So I'm going to try to keep up the best I can, but we do have a lot of information to get into. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up the Bryan Kohberger evidence. And I know a couple of the other lawyers have already discussed this. Have you heard about any of the new evidence in the case?
No. Okay. No, I don't know, because I've been completely off YouTube for like a month. So if it's come out in the past month, I don't know.
Yes, it did. It came out recently. I think it came out in the out of the warrant or search warrant.
Oh, okay.
But I think people are just now catching on to it because it was buried in all the papers that came with it. We have Krista. Let's see. We have Christopher becoming a member. I don't know if it's of your channel or of my channel, but
I feel like it's yours. Welcome, Christopher. I feel like it's yours because also would have the link thingy, right?
It has the link on my end, so I think it is from your channel. Yeah.
Okay. Well, welcome to the Lawyer Chicklets then. Okay. So it's like has a link on the comments. Regina is a new member. Welcome to the Lawyer Chicklets. I'll read those, so you don't have to. So you can get started. Thank you so much, Regina. Welcome to the Lawyer Chicklets, boo. We got some chicklet emojis in the house, laced in chains.
Yes.
Hello, people. Nice to see all of you. Thank you for being awesome, wonderful people.
Yes, welcome in. So we have Bryan Kohberger pulled up. I covered kind of like a timeline on him last week. We are still waiting for his preliminary hearing to happen in June of June 26th. But they are finding more evidence against him that's making the case a lot stronger against him. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, maybe he didn't do it. But to me, there's a lot of evidence against him.
I mean, still, maybe he didn't do it. He's presumed to be innocent, right?
Yeah.
But they bring the charges for nothing. So, just got to look and see what's there,
Yeah, right. And so I think one of the positions is that they were a party house, or allegedly a party house. So his DNA could be there, but like, was he invited to the party? He also would eat at the restaurants where two of the girls worked. He followed them on like Instagram and tried DMing, I think, two of them multiple times. So yeah.
Oh, that's it to me. Okay.
Yeah. And so they did not respond to him. So people are starting to think it might be kind of like I don't know how far this one goes, but like an incel situation, not dealing with rejection well. But that theory hasn't developed too far yet. So
yeah.
Interesting stuff here. All right. So, like I said, we covered this on our channel last week. This is about the Idaho murders that happened where the 4 college students were killed in their own home. And Bryan Kohberger has been arrested for this. Let's see. And here we go. They, in addition to DNA evidence tying Kohberger to the grisly scene, an unsealed search warrant suggested police found unspecified IDs in the glove compartment of the doctoral student's car. A quote from an FBI agent says, "It's a big deal. That's a smoking license."
Can I interject here?
Mm-hmm.
Whose license is it?
It's allegedly one of the murder victims.
Oh,
And
what
so they
the heck
haven't
is he doing with
released,
that?
yeah, so they haven't released it yet. And allegedly it was found in the glove compartment of his car, or not, I don't know if it was the glove compartment, but it was hidden inside of a glove. So how did he
That's
get
a
the
like
license?
it's yeah. So I always put myself in the role of the defense attorney of the accused, and I always
Mhm.
think like, is that evidence that I would like to come out or not like to? That is evidence I would not like to come out at the trial. That
Ye-
is not good.
Yes, and we're wondering how it got there. They already found his DNA in the house. So,
Oh, the chat is yelling at us. It was not found in
oh,
the glove compartment. It was found in a glove in a box.
okay, a glove in a box, but in the car, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. It was
Mhm.
inside a glove, inside of a box, according to the
Yeah,
affidavit. Okay,
right.
cool.
Okay, so that's what we have going on there. The quote goes on to say, just like the knife sheath was a smoking sheath found next to Mogan's body with his DNA on the clasp, it's the same thing in this situation. Why would he have an ID related to one of those people from the house?
Right.
And
Exactly.
he had I don't know if you would call it contact or not, but he would regularly eat at the restaurant where two of the girls worked. So I don't know. Too much stuff is being tied to him to be a criminal. What was it? A criminology major?
Yeah, well, I thought they were making too much hay out of that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because first of all, there's no class in the world of criminology, pre-law, any of that stuff that's going to teach you how to be a better criminal anyway. But I didn't believe for a second this man was some type of mastermind with how he, turned his phone off exactly before he got in front of the property and stuff like that. All types of silly things that he's alleged to have done that I don't think would have been. Apparently, he wasn't even wearing a mask. The woman that was still in the house when he walked out said she looked at him in the face. So I don't know what's going on there.
Right. That's one point that I called out too, is that
Yeah.
she recognized that he had bushy eyebrows or whatever it
Yeah.
was. He walked that close to her. To me, it's close because I wouldn't be able to see someone's eyebrows at night if they weren't close.
Oh, yeah, me either. But that's just because I have bad eyesight. But yeah, I wouldn't be able to see that. Also, I just want to acknowledge chat one more time. I'm sorry, but the glove found in the box, and the glove containing the ID allegedly of one of the victims was found maybe in his parents' house, but not in a car. So I think that the news just heard glove and we're like, glove compartment.
Glove compartment, yeah.
Yeah.
I could have swore it was out of the search warrant from the car, but I haven't had time to go through the search warrant documents yet, so it's tough. All right, let's see here.
Thanks, K-Rab. Thank you for the super chat, boo.
We just got a super chat from K-Rab on Natalie's channel saying ID was found in a glove in a box, but not the glove box of the car. But where was the box? I thought it was in the car, but maybe I read it wrong.
I want to see this warrant affidavit. Go ahead.
All right. Let's see here. You said you want to see which affidavit?
The warrant affidavit for either the car or his parents' house, or just to see where it was found. But
okay, I have the warrant thing, so I can send that to you after.
Oh, thank you.
We get off of here. Yeah. Let's see. They just said that the ID would be bad for him. Of course, I think if it's,
I mean, I don't want to be facetious to the reporters here. They're doing their jobs, but yeah, the defendant having the ID of one of the decedents in his parents' house in Pennsylvania, where the murders were committed in Idaho. I mean, unlike the knife sheath, where it's like, oh, my DNA could be on that knife sheath, but somebody could have stolen it from me. What the heck are you doing with these people's ID?
Right.
And Bree, you remember when this case first came out, there were a few people that were like, I don't know, this case seems kind of fishy to me. I don't really know if they really have a case against him. That's why you have to wait and see, because It's not looking too good for your boy. It's really not.
It seemed like a stretch at first, right? It did seem like a stretch at first, but all of a sudden things just kept coming out, and that keeps tying them to these people that live in the house, but not necessarily like that he's their friend, and so of course he would be there. It's more like he's coming off as a stalker. That's what it's coming off as. So
yeah, for sure. At least they'll be able to, because you might not want the jury to hear that, but the state will have an argument that it goes to motive, that he was a stalker. Michaela King, welcome to the Lawyer Chicklets, boo.
Yes, welcome. I just pulled it on screen, but I lost it now.
Yeah, I saw it. No,
okay, good.
You got it on screen. I called it out. We're good.
Okay.
We got this.
Sounds good. Let's see, y'all. I am over here trying to... I lost all of my screens with two people on it. So if I make you disappear, I'm sorry. I don't know where they are. I think I have to fix it.
Yeah, it's just me. I mean, it's just you.
I don't know what I just did. Okay.
I don't even know if they can hear me. Hi, guys.
No, they should still be able to hear you. All right, we got a question.
I mean, as long as they can hear my big mouth, it's fine.
You know what happened is that StreamYard changed like their little layouts, and I removed the double people because people rarely come on my channel, so I have to put it back on my settings.
Oh, we have to change that.
Yeah.
We can make this into like a bi-monthly collab or something like that.
Yeah, I would love that. That would be a lot of fun. And then we have Sophia J with a question, watching from my channel, saying, is the gag order also fall under Washington police and Pennsylvania police?
No,
I don't think so.
No, the judge wouldn't have... Oh, dang, my phone is dead. That's fine. The judge wouldn't have any authority to issue an order to anyone outside of their state where they have jurisdiction. Usually even their county where they have jurisdiction. Only parties within the state would be subject to any gag order by the court.
Right. So bye. No, they don't have any authority there. And then Emma says multiple IDs was my understanding as well, that they found multiple IDs.
Emma.
That makes it worse.
Again, it's just because the initial reporting was, criminal mastermind who's getting his PhD in criminology, when it turned out he wasn't even that far along in things. But anyway, he's going to be hard to catch and hard to prove it against him because he covered all of his tracks. He kept mementos. Are they saying that he took the time to, I think, stab these people and then kept items from these people and then left the knife sheath there and didn't wear a mask so the person saw him and he left a witness alive? I mean,
yes, that's what they're saying. And then it goes on to say the rumor that Kohberger may have kept identification of someone from the house emerged shortly after news broke that police were investigating whether Pennsylvania native contacted one of the victims of the murder, which was that Instagram stuff that we were talking about, DMing them, liking almost all of her pictures, if not all of the pictures. They go on to say, if that's true, why do people stalk? They stalk because they're feeling persecuted, and this is a way they can exact their revenge. So I think that's where the little narrative is starting to come out of. Stalker, incel. It hasn't developed yet.
Yeah, I just feel like, take this with a grain of salt, because I only have a bachelor's in psychology, not like a master's or a PhD or anything like that. But I think it's understood that stalking is a bit more complex than that.
Right.
Yeah, that's very convenient. That might be like one of the reasons that people may stalk. Another reason could be power and control, just like SA, just because they want to exert control over people. And another could be that they're delusional and fixated, and they could have delusional disorder or something like that and think that the person is their ideal love. So I wouldn't necessarily say that it's the first thing that they said only. It could be a bunch of stuff. But if they wanted to have any type of theory as to why he would have done that psychologically in a trial, they would need an expert.
Yeah, of course. And so I just think there's a lot of evidence coming out. And of course, I'm not a criminal attorney, so I'm more court of public opinion here.
But
So,
you have great legal analysis, so
yeah, thank you. And they went on to say that they found a gun after the search warrant, several knives, and a black face mask, which I think people insinuate could be the mask that the killer was wearing, who is allegedly Bryan Kohberger. So interesting stuff. Interesting stuff.
Yeah. I
But
mean, certain things they're not going to be able to get in that they found. Like they found a gun. It's not really relevant because the people were not shot. Yeah. Patty B, I see your question, boo. I will talk about that another time, Shanquella Robinson, because I don't want to throw off your live stream, but I'm going to do an update on that. There was a major development in that case.
Okay, sounds good. I'm already a little off because I was late, but that's all right.
No, it's fine. Rolling.
We are going to jump into, because Bryan Kohberger, we covered that last Thursday, so that was just a small update that I had. And we're going to jump into Courtney Clenney. So, guys, if you have not already, hit the like button. If you are not subscribed to Natalie Lawyer Chick, please do subscribe to her. If you're not subscribed to me, please do subscribe to me. We are on both channels. My channel has a goal of hitting 100 likes per stream. We actually have 70 people watching live right now. And we have 84 likes. It is telling me that I got 2 new members, and I am so sorry I missed them. I would try to find them, but I think they may be lost. Okay. Disney Mom gifted 1 Boss Attorney Breed membership. Thank you so much, Disney Mom.
Oh, that's so nice.
And then Mary Ann Williams gifted 1 Boss Attorney Breed membership. Thank you so much. And it was given to Lola Waterton from Mary Ann, and then from Disney Mom to Samwise Ganja. Thank you guys so much for gifting those memberships, joining some members to our community. And we actually have a members live stream coming up. It's going to be next weekend. That's where most of the votes landed. But we had more votes on Saturday. But I know some of the members would like a Sunday stream. So I don't know if we're going to go, which one we're going to go with.
What they want. Just, just go with whoever voted the most. It's always hard because people tell you what they want and then they don't show up. So you accidentally find out what people actually like. So it's just trial and error. We're all just trying to get it right on this end of things, guys.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. All right, let's see. Where is
While you're pulling up Courtney Clenney, is it okay if I just answer a question somebody had? And they were one of my commenters. I think it was Bob something. Hold on.
I'm trying to find it.
Biographer. So really can't introduce a gun. Both knife and gun are fatal weapons. That is an awesome question, Biographer. So what we have is a balancing act that the courts have to do in trial cases where you don't want to prejudice the jury against the defendant unless it's necessary to reaching the ultimate issue of whether or not this person committed this crime beyond a reasonable doubt. And just because someone owns a gun does not mean that they committed a stabbing. So the fact that he had a gun, or his father had a gun, or his mother had a gun, is not really relevant to the issue of whether or not he committed a stabbing murder, right? Finding knives, and then if you could say that those knives are, even sometimes finding a knife won't be admissible if they can't show that that's the knife. Sometimes you might be able to win a motion in limine on that. So just the fact that someone has weapons and the weapons are deadly is not relevant to whether or not the person committed a stabbing murder. Now, does that mean that that will never come into play? Not necessarily. If he is convicted with just evidence related to stabbing, because you want to keep it as clean as possible, just evidence related to the stabbing, then in sentencing, the state can basically say anything. And they're like, they could be like, well, yeah, not only did he stab these people, if he's convicted, he also had guns in his house. Who else knows what he was going to do, But just because he had a gun doesn't mean that he committed a stabbing. So I hope that makes sense. It just has to be probative to the issue of the identity of the person who committed the crime, the way in which the crime was committed.
Right. And I'm kind of wondering on that case if they're going to be able to get I don't know if you want to call it, but like a clean jury, because there's so much news on it even with the gag order.
Yeah, I mean, it's the thing is that it's not going to be possible at this point to find a juror in Moscow, Idaho, who hasn't heard about this case. The issue is going to be whether or not the person can put aside what they heard in order to reach a fair and impartial verdict. And some members of the public, it doesn't matter what the jurors say. They just don't think, some people just think any pretrial publicity whatsoever, it means that the jury pool is tainted. That's not necessarily the case. You know, I've had it where, you know, there's been some publicity in my cases and my clients have been found not guilty. So it's not necessarily the case that just because there's pretrial publicity that people cannot be fair, but you'll just have to wait and see, you know?
Yes, we will. And I just wanted to shout out to Danielle. Thank you for becoming a new member of the Beehive. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And then I think I see a gifted membership, but that doesn't pull up on StreamYard. And it was gifted by J. Michael RN, gifting one Boss Attorney Bree membership. Thank you so much.
J. Michael RN is a real one.
Yes.
Shout out to you.
He came on to my live stream. He came.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he did.
How do you get people on your live stream? Okay, we'll talk about that later. Okay, yeah. I want to do that.
I invite my members onto the live stream. It's great.
I should do that. That's so smart.
You missed it? Yeah. They will love it. They love it. They will love it.
Oh my gosh, I'm so into that. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, and then we also have Christopher becoming a member for 2 months here on my channel, which I think also just became a member on your channel. So it won't let me pull up the actual chat on stream, but thank you for being a member for 2 months, and thank you for joining into the Natalie Lawyer Chicklets. All right, I have the affidavit here.
Ooh, nice.
Let's see. We are going on to Courtney Clenney, the woman. For those of you who do not know what this case is, she was basically an OnlyFans model. For those of you that don't know what OnlyFans is, I don't know if we're going to go into that today, but basically, how would you describe OnlyFans?
Feet pics for money. I don't know.
Feet pics, body pics, all kinds of pics for money, and you pay for a subscription, kind of like the membership, but they offer a lot more.
Yeah, but they're not giving legal analysis over there.
Exactly. They are giving no legal analysis over there. And so she is accused of fatally stabbing her boyfriend, Christian. I cannot say his last name right, so I'm going to leave it at Christian. Mm-hmm. And so she was arrested last year, and she is charged with second-degree murder because she stabbed him. Her stories were very interesting. I don't know if you've heard all of her stories of like what happened, but
I know she changed her story.
Mm-hmm. She changed her story a couple of times.
Didn't she stab him before?
I don't know if she stabbed him before, but I know she has probably threatened to stab him before, and she was arrested.
She stabbed him before. Yeah. I don't know. I've heard that she stabbed him before. I don't know what the heck I was. It was maybe like Inside Edition or something like that. I don't know how much I can trust them, but
I don't remember.
She stabbed him in the leg. Yeah, she cut him. Yeah, previously. I didn't just make that up.
We got some chats. I completely missed that, and I've been watching so much stuff on this, but yeah, the leg not going well. They also had some other domestic violence issues that we're going to get into in just a moment. So let's go ahead and pop in here. We have the arrest warrant. We are in Miami-Dade County. Yeah. Let me just get into the case because I was going to say some stuff. This is the arrest warrant for Courtney Clenney, which I don't know if you've ever been on Miami-Dade's court website, but when I was looking up her case number and stuff, it has like a weird section where they only allow you to pick the race as white or black, which is a little odd to me, especially for Miami.
Florida too.
Yeah. So I'm like, you can only be white or black in Florida.
But Florida has such a large Latino community and indigenous community. That's really, really weird that's all you can pick is white and black.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I don't know. I don't know where they got that from, but
it's 2023. I mean, it's so weird.
It is weird, but I was like, really? Those are the only two options: is white, black, or other. So I guess everybody's are others. Yeah. All right, and then let me just get to this. We have Christopher gifting 5 Boss Attorney Bree memberships. Thank you so much for that. I lost the new members, but welcome to all the new members. I'm hoping to have quite a few people on the members live stream next week. So
welcome to you guys. I've got a super chat.
Yes, I'm pulling it up. There you go.
Okay. Hi, Natalie. I appreciate and enjoy your channel. I respect your dedication. Want to thank you for sharing your knowledge. So that is so kind. Thank you so much for the super chat. You know, I'm so glad I get to see my people's comments over here too. That's great. Thank you.
So fun.
I mean, where else but with the Lawyer Chicklets can you take a whole month off from your channel and people still show up? And I just didn't even give you guys any notice. I just popped up on here. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you.
That is good. Your notifications are working well.
Yes.
All right. Tanya D just let me know that we hit 100 likes over on my channel. Thank you guys so much. Yay, we're having a good stream. All right. Let's see. Let me get into the affidavit here. It's hard to keep up with chat with so many friends. All right. So before me, Miguel de Lau, I think I'm saying that right, a judge of the Circuit Court of the 11th Judicial Circuit. We are talking about the court there. Courtney Taylor Clenney, hereinafter the defendant, a white, see, they wanted to let us know she was white, a white female with a date of birth of blank, which you can see it on the court's website. So I don't know why they blocked it out here.
Yeah, but we don't need to know that in her social.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they should definitely block out the social for sure. She made millions of dollars being an OnlyFans girl. So
her credit is probably jacked up if anyone sees her social security number.
Oh yeah, for sure. They give us the driver's license number and then the FBI number. For one count of murder in the second degree of Christian Ambuselli, I think that's right. Here in
Abumseli, yeah, that's what it looks like.
The victim with a weapon, to wit, a knife, a life felony in violation of the Florida statute. They go on to say your affiant detective, Yermaine Brasino, is a detective in Miami-Dade or MPD. I'm thinking they messed up the acronym there, but whatever. He's a detective in the homicide unit.
Or is it Miami Police Department? What's MPD? Oh, okay, go ahead.
Maybe Miami Police Department. That makes sense. Your affiant has almost 5 years of experience as a detective with prior experience in Miami. I'm gonna just call it MPD and stop trying to confuse myself. MPD's robbery unit. Your affiant specializes in the investigation of murders, attempted murders, robberies, false imprisonment, and kidnappings. Your affiant was assigned as the lead investigator in the April 3rd, 2022 murder of Christian Ambunselli, documented under MPD case number, giving us the case number. Here are the facts to support the probable cause for arresting Courtney Clenney. This affidavit is being submitted for the limited purpose of establishing probable cause and therefore does not include every aspect, fact, or detail surrounding the allegations. Initial police response. So they're going to get kind of into the background of what happened during the incident and then probably into the story. I haven't read this live reaction. And then I also have a timeline of some other stuff.
It's always a live reaction for me because ain't no way. Ain't no way I have the time to read it.
Yes, I think live reactions are the best though.
Me too.
It's just it makes it way more genuine.
Yes, right. Exactly.
And the MPDs and the City of Miami Fire Rescue responded to one Paraiso residence on that address I'm not going to read, regarding a male suffering from an apparent stab wound on April 3rd, 2022. Upon arrival, officers located the defendant cradling the body of the victim with an apparent stab wound to the chest. The defendant was taken into custody and officers rendered aid to the victim until fire rescue arrived. The victim was transported to Jackson Memorial Hospital, Ryder Trauma Center, where he succumbed to his injuries and was pronounced deceased by Dr. Mesoso. Interesting last name. Let's see here. Let's go a little further. The defendant was taken to Miami MPD.
It's Metropolitan Police Department.
That makes sense. The defendant was taken to MPD headquarters where post Miranda, she provided an audio and video recorded statement. Following the defendant's statement, she was released pending further investigation and consultation with the state attorney's office.
I cannot believe they released her. I cannot believe they released her.
Well, they originally said it was self-defense.
She stabbed him in the chest.
Whoa. They didn't know that it was like a deep stab wound. She said that she threw the knife at him.
Yeah, right.
We're going to get into a little bit more of the details as to why
Yeah.
they're now thinking that's not the case of the
That's
story.
not the case.
Which,
Yeah.
again, not only did she change her story, but the evidence does not support her story either. So
no, I mean, if you're stabbed in the chest to the point where it kills you, that means it has to go through your bones, like your skin, your ribs. Yeah, I just don't see how you could throw a knife with that velocity unless you're like katana or something like that and actually get through and cut someone's artery like that. That doesn't make sense. But okay.
Let's jump back into it. The victim's body was transported to Miami-Dade County Medical Examiner's Department. An autopsy was performed by Chief Medical Examiner Kenneth Hutchins. Dr. Hutchins determined that the cause of death was a stab wound to the chest and the manner of death was homicide. Specifically, he found that the victim was stabbed and the knife punctured the subclavian artery in the right chest. The knife entered in a downward angle to the depth of 8 centimeters. So how deep is 8 centimeters? I think they said that was approximately, 3 inches or so? I don't know. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't just say inches. I'm about to Google it right now.
I saw some articles saying 3 inches, but 8 centimeters does not sound enough for 3 inches. But hey,
3.14961 inches. That's why I said.
Okay. I don't know what centimeters look like then.
Conversions are not my. Look, we are lawyers because we can't do math. That's why.
Right. Okay. Following the medical examiner's finding, MPD presented and consulted with the state attorney's office regarding the initial facts. As a result, various investigative steps were taken by MPD and the state attorney's office, including several warrants and subpoenas. Additionally, information was received from other out-of-state law enforcement agencies. While not an exhaustive list, the MPD investigators and state attorney's office prosecutors have reviewed video and recorded statements, 911 calls, records, and data, including cell phone extraction data, collectively referred to herein as evidence. All right. What do you feel about her giving a statement to the police without an attorney?
I mean, not a good idea. I never recommend it. I always recommend against it. But here, had she not given inconsistent statements, maybe they wouldn't have followed up any further and they wouldn't have nabbed her. So, when it comes to like the greater good of society, you might want her, the general royal, you might want her to speak. But me as a defense attorney, no, keep your mouth shut. But she couldn't do that. A lot of people can't. A lot of people lack the ability to be quiet. Uncivil laws here. Hi, Uncivil. Hey, Kurt. Nice
Hi, Uncivil Law. I'm like way behind in my chat. Let me catch it up here. One other thing about her case is I think she was in the interview for like 4 hours, if I'm not mistaken. And she seemed a little bit more concerned with her cats, or not her cats, her dogs, and who was taking care of those than what was going on with him. And they didn't initially tell her that he was dead.
But they do that a lot.
Yeah. And so she kind of, I guess, thought he was still alive, but she still didn't ask many questions about him. It was more about like, my dogs are at home alone.
Is that recorded, that interview?
I have a link to that too. I don't think we're going to be able to watch the whole thing just because it's like 4 hours. But I have the link I can send to you too.
Yeah, maybe I'll react to that on the channel. That sounds interesting.
So she had a lot of weird stuff going on that probably shouldn't have.
Sounds like it.
Okay. Let's see here. I did have a super chat that I wanted to get to. We have Miss Opinionated, a member of the channel, saying a Black Girl Magic ×2. Yes, love to see it.
I like that.
Thank you so much for the super chat. All right, let's see where we are at here. And I think that was the super chat on your channel. I think so.
Oh, thanks. Super chat breathe though. Super chat free.
I think the audience is kind of split. Like there's some people on your channel and then some people on mine. So It's hard. All right.
That's hilarious.
It said, Antibalal says, talk to the police all the time. They are your friends. They just want to help. Talk to the nice people and let them into your home to look around like they like to help.
As the constitutional lawyer that he is, trust me, he's being completely facetious, and that is hilarious.
All right. Okay. Let's see here. Accordingly, evidence obtained showed that defendant and victim had a I can never say this word, tempestuous relationship since November 2020, with multiple incidents of domestic violence from both sides over the period of their relationship. One Paraiso security and building staff documented so many incidents of arguing, including complaints from tenants as far as 2 floors above the defendant. So they was yelling. They were yelling. Like this was not. Yeah. Right. One of the management was moving toward legal action to evict the defendant and the victim from the condo. I thought she bought that condo though. Maybe they were renting it. But they were arguing that much. While certainly not one-sided, the evidence shows there were prior incidents of the defendant being physically violent with the victim. For example,
interesting. Go ahead.
Yeah. For example, in July 2021, the defendant was arrested in Las Vegas for domestic battery on the victim in their hotel. Similarly, surveillance from the one Paraiso. I cannot say that. Is that how you say that? Paraiso?
I don't know.
I've never seen that word.
I don't know. I'm thinking it's like a proper name or something, but I've never heard of that before. So
yeah, I don't know. It's a that's what their building is called. The video showed an incident in February 2022 where the defendant aggressively attacked the victim in the elevator. And so I do have a link to that video that I wanted to show the peeps, but I don't know if I've already pulled it up.
While you're pulling that up, I think it's very, very interesting the way that they worded that, which was, while not one-sided. Like they were very clear to point that out that because sometimes that can be difficult if the female defendant is going to introduce like a battered woman's thing, a battered woman's defense, which would be like, he abused me so much that I was placed in fear and I overreacted and killed him. Right. And I didn't feel safe to react against him until like sometimes when women like stab their husbands in their sleep and stuff. So they're acknowledging that it was like mutual violence in the relationship. But then they go back to point out that she was arrested for assaulting him so that she was equally an aggressor. So you might not be able to assert, a battered woman's defense there. So it's clear that they're thinking about multiple things and they're trying to put as much evidence out there as possible to kind of get it out of the way so that they can inoculate against it. That's a very interesting affidavit.
Yeah. At least they're being honest. And we got a comment saying Paraiso means paradise. So maybe I'll just call it.
In what language? Paradise. I thought that was paradiso. It shows you what I know. I really thought paradiso was paradise.
There's more than one language.
That's what I'm asking. What language is that?
Oh my gosh, I cannot.
So the only other paradise I know is paradiso. Oh, Portuguese. Thank you. Okay. I believed you. Don't get me wrong. I totally believed you. I just was like, that shocked the mess out of me. Okay, thank you.
Literal tears. Okay. Lisa says Sarah can't be a native Floridian. Can she? We don't claim her. Who's Sarah? Are you talking about Courtney?
Courtney, probably.
Probably Courtney. I was like, wait, who's Sarah? Cat in the Hat with a Bat, lovely name, says, I'm in Vegas Palazzo. Is that what you mean? No, like the actual affidavit says, what does it say? I don't even remember now.
Paradiso.
Yeah. And that's what their complex is called in Florida. So I have the elevator incident. So I'm going to pull that up right now. See that. All right, here we are.
Paradiso is Italian. Okay, sorry. Okay, focus on the video, Natalie. Get your mind together.
All right, so we have Courtney coming into the elevator, apparently trying to close it, beating it up. Whoa, now she's smacking him.
Whoa.
And then she's gonna
What? Whoa!
not pulling his hair. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
she's for sure the aggressor in that. I don't know
In this video,
what
for
she was thinking.
sure. Woo, woo,
Yeah.
woo!
And it's like not much he can do because he's way
Oh
bigger than her.
no!
And this is long. Like this is the whole ride up.
This is at this apartment building or a different one?
Yeah, this is at their apartment building now.
No wonder they wanted to evict them.
Yeah.
Oh, probably when they saw this is when they decided to charge her, because that ain't no accident.
Oh yeah.
The jury might see this too.
Oh yeah. So they've already talked about trying to exclude this from evidence.
Yeah.
And the judge has already said they're not going to be limiting evidence. I don't know to what extent they mean that by, but they said they're.
Yeah.
I think this is going to make it in. I think it's going to. Make it in.
Yeah. It makes sense to me because it's like it would go to like if she were to say, "Oh, it was a mistake." Well, that's lack of mistake. If you've repeatedly abused him in the past and stabbed him and stuff like that. That was visceral. Oh, I didn't like that at all. Oh, give me the heebie-jeebies. I didn't like that, especially because he's deceased now. Right. So there's definitely that lack of mistake, but also, you know, given the full context of their relationship. So it probably would be probative more than it's prejudicial. So I can see why the judge would let it in. And that's an issue for appeal, but yeah.
Yeah, and I also don't know, like, if he's aware of the camera in the elevator or if he is usually that patient. But from what it sounds like, from what his friends, who I'm sure they're going to call to testify, he seems to be the more patient one out of them when they're having these types of fights. So it's like, how many times can you really be hit by someone until you have to kind of defend yourself, which is what he did. He ended up pushing her in the face a couple of times, but
yeah, I could barely notice that because she was just wailing on him.
Yeah, so that's the elevator video.
Mel Lee, that's true. That's I saw that he had some like social media posts where he called Black women like aggressive or something like that. But yeah, sad.
Well, yeah, it is what it is, but yeah, she definitely has some incidences to be accounted for, and they want to limit that evidence because she's claiming self-defense. First of all, self-defense, but it looked like he needed to defend himself at least in that video, and that was a month or two prior. So, how often did it happen?
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Well, just because it wasn't just because she was the aggressor there doesn't mean that he wasn't the aggressor here. So I don't think it would be admissible for those reasons, but I think it would be admissible if she was like, oh, it was an accident. Like, it's not an accident if you have stabbed him before. Like, you know what happens when you stab people. And also, it's not an accident if you've been, like, beating on him before. You know? Right. I don't know.
I agree. The affidavit goes on to say the defendant and victim moved into the apartment at 1 Paraíso in January 2022. So that video was in February. They were living there all of maybe a month.
Oh my gosh. They are.
Yeah.
Wow, that's horrible.
Yeah. Almost immediately, incidents of violence and arguments began with 1 Paraíso security and building staff documenting many incidents. This tumult also caused the defendant and victim to separate various times, including the last week of March 2022. So they separated at the end of March 2022. This incident happened on April 3rd, 2022. So they broke up and got back together, and then this. Yeah, he was almost out. And this has been going on since 2020. Like, they keep getting into things like this. Yeah. So when the defendant expelled the victim from their collective apartment while the defendant's mother was in town, after the defendant's mother left to go home to Texas, the defendant and victim rekindled their relationship on Friday, April 1st. So 2 days before the incident. The victim moved back into the apartment at that time. Arguments began almost immediately, get this, with police responding and contacting the defendant, who appeared intoxicated when she made the report on the evening of April 1st. So they got back together on April 1st, got in a fight on April 1st.
I'm not surprised that alcohol is involved in these situations here, man. I mean, there's nothing that can make a bad situation worse than to be intoxicated or inebriated. I don't care what the substance is. When your life is not in a good place, it's really a good idea to try to avoid the substances because you're not rational. And that makes a lot, it's not an excuse. I'm just saying it makes heightened emotions even more heightened. It just makes a lot of sense for why that would cause so much trouble.
Right. And I'm just pulling up the video of the police incident. So if you got something to chat about, feel free to do so. I got to figure out how to share this sound. So, because
they're asking about the 911 call. Yeah, toxic relationship. I'm just gonna, while you're doing that, I'm gonna talk to your commenters. How about that? That way you don't feel like you're missing out on your chats.
Cool.
Okay, so very toxic. Yes, that's from Mel Lee. Deacon Fatal, it does take victims a lot of time to try to leave before they leave, and I have to remember that part. Yeah, that makes it really, really tough. It's like 8 times or something for the average battered woman. I don't know what it would be for a battered man. And I know that they're saying, oh, it was mutual abuse, but I mean, we know that she's cut him or stabbed him before, and then she beats him up on camera, and then she stabs him again. I don't know, man. And she was arrested for assaulting him. That's a lot. What a tragedy, says Cheryl Reed. Agreed. Too bad they don't simulcast the chat, says J. Michael RN. I think they are. I'm pretty sure I'm seeing the chat from both.
Yes.
Yeah, I think they are.
But I think on the channel, you can't see it. Like, I think on my channel, they can only see my chat, and then on your channel,
they can't see each other.
Yeah, but we can see it.
Okay, StreamYard, get that together, because the people, they need to cross over and talk to each other, you know? Because then they're going to be like, what's going on?
Right,
Yeah.
It's not
They'll
that
figure it
advanced
out.
yet. Yeah, this is really new. I'm glad it's working well, though.
They're asking for the 911 calls, by the way.
I think I have that as well, but let's see here. I may not. I don't think I do have that one. This one is called the 911 call, but it's not. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. No, it's not working. Where's the little thing to make it bigger? Why is it doing that, like, little bottom thing? Let me try to refresh it and see if I can get it. Are y'all able to hear the sound? I know I only played like a little glimpse, but can you hear that? Can you hear it? Okay.
Might have to turn it up some.
Okay, let's do that then. I don't know how it turns up on. Do I turn it up on my computer or on StreamYard?
See you later, Deacon Fatal.
All right. So all my volumes
you guys.
are
Now I know you guys can't see each other's chat, but he dies on the last 911 call. Oh man.
Okay, so this is her talking to the popo.
Okay.
I want to full screen it.
This is on the scene.
This is a different day. This is the April 1st date. Remember, they got back together.
So this is another few days before she kills him.
Yes, exactly.
Wild. Yes. Oh my goodness.
It's a lot. So let me know if you guys can hear okay.
I want to be like, I want to be like exonerated, I guess, of like anything wrong.
It could be a little louder.
Body camera.
Okay. I don't know how to make it any louder.
Okay. It is what it is.
Okay. But this one is talking. I thought I had one where they were not talking. But maybe I don't. It's law and crime, so they're probably going to get me. I wanted one where they weren't. Oh, no, this is not what I was looking for. Okay, it has the 911 call in there, I guess. So
he called 911.
My boyfriend is dying of a stab. Ma'am, what is the address?
The emergency call came in on April 3rd when Clenney reported her boyfriend, Christian Obumseli, had been stabbed.
He has a stab wound to his shoulder. Sit down. What do you mean he has a stab wound on his shoulder, ma'am? Yeah, he's bleeding from his shoulder.
In the background of the call, Obumseli can be heard saying he can't feel his arm and believes he's going to die.
I can't feel my arm. 3101. I can't feel my arm.
And he
Later,
still sounds
Clenney
calm.
can be heard apologizing to Obumseli.
Baby, I'm so sorry. Baby.
And praying for help. After that, the call drops.
Is he awake?
And it's just silent.
Hello?
Obumseli later died as a result of.
Okay. I thought this was a different video, but it ended up being the video of the day. I will try to see if I can find it. I was trying to save that for later. I guess I mixed up my videos. So let's see here. Yeah, so that the day of her being recorded at the beginning of the video, that was the April 1st day. I thought I had more footage on that, but I don't. And then the phone call was the day that it happened, of course. So let's see.
That is so horrific. Like a loss of just young life for no reason.
For no reason. When you hear what it was even about, it makes it even worse.
What was it about? What were they fighting about?
They were fighting about him seeing, not on this one, but a lot of, I don't know exactly what they were fighting about on this one. She was calling him like a liar when she was on the phone with her mom. And then there was an incident recent to this where she was saying he should have told her that he saw some girl, I don't know if it was like an ex-girlfriend or what, some girl she was clearly jealous of, and was like, you should have told me. I have that video as well. I don't know exactly what date that one was on though. So, but we'll play it a little bit.
Oh my god, just break up. Just break up. That's what I don't understand. Just break up and stay apart. If you don't like him seeing other girls and he likes to see other girls, then you are incompatible. Break up. You don't need to stab him and beat him.
But Natalie, it wasn't that he was seeing another girl. It's that he saw her while he was out. Like they were at the park or something and he ran into her. Not like that he was on a date. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That's so childish.
Just that he was in the vicinity of that woman. So
that is so childish.
Nefertiti says, why would she call her mom? She called her mom first before she called the police. She called her mom. I think it was like a time frame of 15 minutes or so.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah. So she called her mom, hung up with her mom, called her mom again, hung up with her mom, then called the police.
That's bad.
Yeah.
That is bad.
We're gonna get into it.
They're gonna hit the jury's gonna hear about that. They're not gonna like that. I gotta step away real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay, no problem. All right, y'all, let's get back into the affidavit. Oh, I am on the wrong screen. Let me get my life together here. Let's see. I gotta stop this share and then pull up. What did I do? Pull up this other window. Screen share. It's a window. And we're pulling this one up. So we are back on track, y'all. Okay. So evidence shows on Sunday, April 3rd, 2022. It began peacefully with defendant and victim playing with their dogs in the apartment. At some point, the victim left their apartment and returned with Subway sandwiches for himself and the defendant. Key fob records shows the victim left the apartment around 1:15 p.m. and returned at 4:32 p.m. Surveillance video shows the victim returning to the apartment at the time via service elevator, one with their two dogs, the elevator number one, with their two dogs, and actually leaving the elevator at 4:33. Y'all keep these times in mind. Keep these times in mind. At the time, the defendant finished and unloaded an Instagram live video on her page. Call details records show records. I cannot read today. Call details records show the defendant called the victim at 4:01 just before she went live on Instagram, and again at 4:33 shortly after posting the live video. She was basically on live talking about her OnlyFans career. I do have that video, but I'll probably pull that one up later if we get to it. Most of it was talking about like kind of inappropriate stuff that we don't really want to talk about. But there was a point in that video where they asked her, what does she feel about the police? And she basically said that she does not trust the police. And so that was really the only part of the video that I was going to show, but it's only like 10 seconds. So I don't know if it's worth showing it or not. All right, let's see. Welcome back. Welcome back. Did you hear the stuff that I just said? Okay, so it basically is talking about the murder date. So I do want to let you in on it. They started off peacefully. He left the home around 1:15 and came back around 4:32 p.m. and he brought them sandwiches. So we are at 4:33 when he's getting out of the elevator. She was on Instagram during that time he was returning home. Okay. Based on phone records and testimony from the defendant's mother, so this is her mom, Deborah Clenney, via a recorded telephone call with police, a time frame for when the stabbing occurred was able to be determined. In that recorded call, Clenney confirmed she was on the phone with defendant via 2 phone calls that started at 4:43. Remember, he got home 10 minutes ago with sandwiches. You should be eating. And continued until 4:56 p.m. So she was on the phone with her mom for, 13 minutes? D. Cluney further confirmed she was on the phone with defendant at the time of the incident. Thus, the stabbing
she stabbed him while she was on the phone with her mom?
On the phone with her mom.
Wow.
Thus, the stabbing must have occurred between 4:43, fewer than 10 minutes after they're gonna say that he got home. The victim returned to the apartment. And at 4:57 was when defendant Courtney finally called the police. So she talked to her mom for 13 minutes and then called the police after talking to her mom. The defendant's call detail record shows the aforementioned call reflecting the defendant called D. Cluney at 4:43 for a call that lasted just over 6 minutes until 4:49, and a second call at 4:49 for a little over 7 minutes until 4:56. Accordingly, the evidence establishes that the stabbing must have occurred in the intervening 13 minutes. He was only home for 10 minutes. What could have happened?
Like she was like lying in wait, waiting to stab him. He came in with food. That's like a peaceful thing. Come on, man.
You would think you would be eating a sandwich, and I don't think you really need that sharp of a knife to eat your sandwich, like to cut it or whatever it might be.
Yeah, I don't get it.
So it's almost like she was waiting. She was already lit or something. I don't know. So let's see what else. At the same time that defendant called D. Cluney, her neighbors began calling one Pareso to report a disturbance at the apartment again.
Those poor neighbors. Oh my God.
Yeah. One Pareso security called 911 at 4:46. So yeah, it was already making a lot of noise 3 minutes into the call with her mom. Notifying them of the disturbance. 11 minutes later at 4:57, the defendant called 911 to inform the police that the victim was suffering from a stab wound and requesting help. On that call, the victim can be heard in the background repeatedly saying he is dying and cannot feel his arm. The defendant is also heard saying, "I'm sorry, baby," which was that recording that we just listened to. So it's a tough one.
Sad.
Self-defense. I mean, I guess you could be in a panic, but I don't know why you would call your mom instead. It gets more with the mom as well too. In her telephone recorded statement to the police on the date of the incident, D. Cluney stated she heard the defendant yelling at the victim to leave the apartment and defendant saying the victim was lying. So she wanted him to leave and was calling him a liar. So I could only imagine that the conversation, based on other arguments that they have, might have stemmed from jealousy, because he was gone for like 3 hours. What could he have done? And he had the dogs with him. He didn't walk the dogs properly. I don't think that was the issue.
Did he run into another girl and she doesn't like him running into girls?
Right. Being outside, using the dogs to flirt with girls. I don't know.
She sounds like a nightmare to be with.
Oh, yeah. Especially when the friends get into it. In her explanation to the police regarding the content of the phone calls of that day, D. Cluney did not say she discussed the incident with the defendant. However, investigators know D. Cluney did communicate with the defendant
of course
about
she
the
did.
incident She was on the phone while it was
Yeah, of course.
happening.
Oh, there's yelling and screaming and stabbing going on, but we didn't really talk about it. We're not like that.
And then they hung up. She hung up and then called back. So it's like
Yeah.
you had to know something was going on.
Mm-mm.
And they reported, neighbors called the police, or the security called the police at 4:46. The first phone call didn't hang up until 4:49. So, I mean, maybe you didn't talk about it, but you heard it, right?
She talked about it. That's such a load of bull.
Right. Even the call back, and you have to tell her to call the police. However, investigators know Clenney did communicate with the defendant about the incident because investigators saw a text message from mom on the defendant's phone recorded at 5:25 that mentioned self-defense.
Oh.
Tell the police it's self-defense, and it advised her not to say anything to investigators without an attorney.
See, your mom is already setting you up with what your defense is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are so wicked. Oh my goodness. Some people are so wicked. This is just human, Natalie, right now. For you to be on the phone with your child while your child is berating someone else's child, right? That's someone else's child, berating him, yelling all types of things at him, making him housing insecure again, telling him to get out. And then she stabs him, and then instead of you having any empathy for him, she doesn't call the police. Mom doesn't call the police. Mom isn't worried about getting him an ambulance. You're already helping her to cover up what she's done. Tell them it was self-defense. Oh, get out of here.
Yeah. So she texted saying about self-defense. There was something else that I wanted to touch on about that too. I can't remember. Oh, also, remember the week before he moved out while the mom was there. So I'm wondering if he also had a contentious relationship with the mom.
She didn't like him. No, that I picked that up too. Yeah, that the reason he was out was because mom was there, and now she's on her phone with her mom and comfortable enough to have this whole fight with him. With her mom on the phone, her mom is probably egging it on. Let me not say that. Don't sue me. But her mom is definitely not being like a peacemaker here.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Let's get back into it because we got a little bit more to go. In addition to omitting her conversation with the defendant, Clenney recorded statements. So she's also not telling the full truth, right?
Of course not.
Also omits any claim that the defendant said she was being attacked by the victim during the call. So they're saying self-defense, but she never said, hey, stop, you're hurting me. Or
he's attacking me, mom. Anything like that.
Right. But the mom did say she heard her daughter yelling at him. So, not a good
That's
look.
what the neighbors probably heard too.
Right. And so see how many of them are called to trial.
Mom is playing the fixer, says Tawanya D. That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah. Although the defendant admitted to having caused the victim's injury in her post-Miranda recorded statement, she also provided several inconsistent accounts about the incident. The defendant claimed she armed herself with a knife in response to the victim having shoved her against the wall by the neck, though not choking her, and then she claimed he threw her to the ground, but then allowed her to get up. The defendant's physical body type was documented on the date of the incident, and there were no injuries to her person to corroborate this account. And he's a lot bigger. And from what I saw, it looked like he's a lot bigger than her. So using that much force, I'm
like
sure
he's not a huge person, but he was definitely bigger than her. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
And seemed pretty fit too. Like he could hurt her if he wanted to.
Right. And does she bruise easy? I don't know, but something tells me she would have had some red marks or something.
Nefertiti, thank you for the super chat. With text like that, did you think she could be charged with anything? With text like that, did you
from the mom?
Yeah. Oh, the mom. Obstruction, maybe. Obstruction, potentially. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Thank you so much for Natalie's super chat. And then let's see where we're at. In describing the stabbing incident, the defendant claimed she threw the knife. This is where we're getting into the throwing of the knife.
I don't
She
believe
threw
that
the
for a
knife
second.
like my girl was in archery. No, archery is arrows, huh?
Yeah. But I said like she's Katana from Mortal Kombat or something like that, or a samurai or something. Throw the knife.
Yep, she threw the knife at the victim from a distance in excess of 10 feet. So my girl is very gifted. Based on the location and depth of the stab wound, the medical examiner opined that the throwing the knife from the distance would not have caused that fatal stab wound.
Of course not. And they said it was in a downward trajectory. So how could she, shorter than him? Yeah, like that, instead of like throwing it
chest.
Right in his chest. That don't make no sense. Oh, someone said that she had pictures of black eyes to herself. So, you know.
From what incident though?
Not in this incident, but from prior things, because there was a mutual abuse.
But it sounds more like mutual abuse. I know people don't like saying that, but that's a
reality. I don't know. I grew up in the hood, so mutual abuse is definitely something I saw, and I saw a lot of wives beating up husbands and husbands beating up wives, and that same exact with boyfriends beating up girlfriends and girlfriends beating up boyfriends. It's a thing. It's a thing, especially when people are living stressed out, toxic lives. They hurt each other. So yeah, for sure, it's a thing. I know people don't like that. They like to think of things as, black and white, and the woman is always the victim. That's just not the case. It's not reality.
The case. Nope. Cat in the Hat with a Bat says, question. So would they press charges on her, the mom, also, and or use her for testimony against the daughter for legal protection for herself?
That's creative. They may not need to use the mom for testimony because they have enough. They have basically blocked the mom from being a witness that could help the defense.
Right.
Yeah. Because they'll just
She'll
be
have
like,
prior inconsistent
statement. So you're a liar, just like your daughter. They could go after her for obstruction, but it
wouldn't necessarily be like I guess she couldn't really be like an accessory because to
try and cover up that your daughter stabbed this dude on purpose.
Yeah.
Accessory after the fact.
Yeah. Trying to explain to her what to
tenuous.
do.
Yeah. It's tenuous because, an attorney might tell her to assert self-defense, just because she says it, but telling the police, oh, I didn't hear anything or whatever. And she doesn't have an obligation, really. That's the other kind of messed up thing, is that she doesn't have an obligation to help the police in their inquiries. But, now if she goes out of her way, like burying the knife or something, that might be something. So I couldn't see her being charged, but stranger things have happened.
Yeah, not at this point. And trying to explain her actions that day to the police, defendant stated, I do not think this was, I don't know. I really don't know if this was justified at all. She said that? She doesn't know if her attack was justified or not.
This is why you shouldn't talk to the police, because she don't know what the hell she's talking about.
Right.
Well, that's it. That's the case. That's it. Okay. So what? Okay. There's not going to be a trial. That's what I'm hearing. Yeah. Like that's a confession. I don't even know if I was justified in stabbing my boyfriend in the chest.
But I did it.
I mean, he pushed me down and I threw a knife, and, I took some martial arts classes before I came in there. My throwing stars were blunt, so I threw a knife, and I don't even know if I should have done that or not, but I did it. That's okay. What are we here for then? That's the case. That's it.
Right. Okay, we got the crime scene. The condo is a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom unit with a private foyer. That sounds huge.
Whoa! I bet you that apartment was nice. All those poor people living in there paid all that money for their nice apartment.
Yeah, and they're next door having a kung fu fight almost every night, right?
Oh my goodness. Horrible.
And that's why the condo was getting ready to kick them out, because if you have apartments like that, people are spending a lot of money to stay there.
A lot of money, yeah.
While each bedroom has a bathroom according to the floor plan, the master bedroom is the largest bedroom that was at access to the terrace shared with the living room and faces east, overlooking Biscayne Bay. That's what we're going with. I don't know if that's right.
Is it Biscayne Bay? Let me see.
It might be
Biscayne. I think that's Biscayne. Yeah, I've heard of that before.
The other two bedrooms face south, with one other bedroom having its own terrace that faces west. Pertinent here is the master bedroom and the bedroom with the westwardly facing terrace, herein referred to as the guest bedroom. The physical crime scene showed droplets of blood by the kitchen island dripping to the master bedroom bathroom and back into the living room. So she's moving around.
With the knife?
I think she
Why are there
stabbed him.
droplets of blood? Go ahead.
It's either she's walking around with a knife or maybe he's walking before he falls down. Is what I don't know.
Maybe. Okay.
We're gonna get more into it. In the living room by the couch, a bloody knife. So from the kitchen to the living room, so they traveled somehow. Bloody knife along with the bloody bed sheet was located. There was additionally a blood trail leading from the living room to the guest bedroom. At the entrance of the guest bedroom, there was a puddle of coagulated blood and blood transfer on the wall, evidencing that the victim collapsed in this room before attempting to return toward the front door.
Oh, okay. So he was moving around. Okay.
Poor guy. Yeah. Upon police arrival, probably while she's on the phone with her mom, trying to figure out how to save himself, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. The amount of blood throughout the condo at different levels, including 2 large pools, evidences the blood or the victim was bleeding for an extended period before the police arrived. Yeah,
because she was on the phone with her mama. Jay Dorr says that the rent for that place is $8,000 to $12,000 a month.
Whew. Well, good for them.
See, pearls before swine is something that my mother used to say. You really can take people out of certain situations and give them all the money in the world, and they're still going to behave like they don't have any sense.
Right.
You know, it doesn't just because money can't buy you class, whatever that Vanderpump lady said. Was it her that said that? No. Who was that? Countess something. She was one of them housewives people, but she said money can't buy you class. And she's absolutely right. It doesn't matter how much, I think her name was Luann, how much money you have if you don't have class. How are you going to be in this $8,000 to $12,000 home a month home and be beating the crap out of each other and banging on the elevator and messing it up, beating on your boyfriend and stabbing him? That's wild to me.
And it sounds like they were both more of new money because she got her money and fame from OnlyFans, and then he was into cryptocurrency. So sounds like both of them were new money, and probably one didn't even know how to deal with the success that they were having, and two, probably not in the right mindset to be in a relationship with each other. So
I mean, and they're so young too. Aren't they like in their 20s or something like that?
Yeah, she was 25. Yeah, she's 25. I think he was like 27, 28, if I'm not mistaken. I might be lying, but somewhere in that range.
That's so young.
Yeah.
For them to ruin their lives like this and her to take his life. This is horrible. Yeah.
Right. All right. There was 2 large pools of blood that he was bleeding for an extended period of time before the police arrived. The bloody knife, similar to the knives on the kitchen counter, was found on the living room floor next to the couch, and a bloody bed sheet. Wait, so there were multiple knives? Oh, she pulled the knife from the knives on the counter. Okay.
Yeah, like it was a part of the set, it sounds like.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. In conclusion, the evidence in the case evaluated in its totality reflect that the victim and the defendant were in a violent and toxic domestic relationship for over 2 years. The incident of violence began escalating with the defendant throwing and using weapons on various occasions, which is what you said earlier. These incidences accumulated on April 3rd, 2022, with the defendant acting without justification and causing the death of the victim by stabbing the victim in an imminently dangerous act, demonstrating a depraved mind without regard for human life. So,
yeah, I mean, and I see why they didn't go for first degree, because premeditation, malice aforethought, she probably just acting all crazy and doing whatever and not really premeditating things. And it wasn't multiple stab wounds, it was only one. But that's they definitely have laid out a case. She's still presumed innocent. they've laid out a case for second-degree murder for sure, the intentional killing of another person.
Right.
Yeah, that's really sad, man. And when they said without legal justification, well, what's the defense's argument for the legal justification when your own client out of her own mouth said, "Oh, I probably wasn't justified in what I did"?
That's going to be hard to overcome. And it's recorded.
It's recorded. That's, you know, forget the inconsistent statements, which are always bad. And, you know, to exemplify how bad they are when there's inconsistent statements on the prosecution side, I always exploit them because they're very illustrative to the jury of who's telling the truth. But forget that. She herself said, "I probably wasn't justified," you know, or "I don't know if I was justified." That's
right.
Oh,
okay.
man.
And then I think I had one more video that I wanted to show. Okay. I have the video of him running into the girl and the type of language she was using. It got a couple bleep marks in it because she was calling him. Yeah, she was calling him the N-word.
Okay.
Yep. it keeps going. It for sure keeps going and going.
I mean, while you're pulling that up, I remember when this story first broke in, like, what was it, 2021, 2022, something like, whenever it first broke. And all over the internet, people were like pulling up his old tweets where he was speaking very negatively about Black women. And it's just like, you know, you can have your preference. Everyone has preferences. That's okay. Like, I don't care, you know, who anyone dates. I don't, you know. You can have your preference to date whoever you want, but I don't know what it shows about you when you date somebody who disrespects you, like, for just the color of your skin. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like whatever's going, like he felt the need to disrespect. You don't need to put down Black women in order to be attracted to white women. There's not, like, you can just love white women, you know, or love this particular white woman, or have diverse attractions. And there's no need, like, you know what I never see? I never see a white man that dates Black women say, "Oh, and white women are trash," or "white women are this or that," because there's no need. Like, they just date Black women and just mind their business. It's so weird when some Black guys feel the need to put Black women down in order to date white women. That's just so weird. And now she's calling you the N-word, and now she just stabbed you to death. I mean, that's just so crazy to me. That's so, and still, it doesn't. I know for some people, the online discourse is that they didn't feel sorry for him, but I still feel sorry for him, and I feel really sorry for his parents. You know, like. That's so sad. It's just, you know, whatever was going on with him internally where he felt the need to accept someone treating him like that, it must not have been a very happy time to be himself.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that played a role in their situation was, one, the money. They probably wanted to be seen as successful and dating the other person with the money. And two, for him, I think that he probably thought she was very attractive, much like many of the people on the internet thought she was attractive.
Sure.
Hence why she had 2 million followers. So
wow,
I don't know.
2 million?
Yeah.
Okay, you gotta like that girl.
She was making $1.8 million on OnlyFans. I think she has like 2 million followers on Instagram. Yeah. So she was very popular, and her fame it kind of just like blew up out of nowhere. I feel like they said like in 2020, she made $900,000 on OnlyFans. And then in 2021, she made $1.8 million on OnlyFans. So I think kind of like that lust, the money, all of that stuff played a role in it. And I think she was actually the one paying for the apartment, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, it must have been. If she told him to leave and she had the ability to kick him out, then it must have been her money. I mean, he was a crypto bro. There's no way he was making money for real.
Oh my. But yeah, I think she did say she was the only one on the lease and stuff, and tried to make it seem like he was stalking her and came back, and then she had to defend herself.
Stalking you with sandwiches? Get out of here.
And he took your dogs on a walk. Like,
took your dogs on a walk? Here, stalker, take my precious dogs who I love so much. Take them on a walk. Give me a break.
Right. So it's a lot going on. She's also seen on a podcast basically hyping up the fact that she likes to date men with money, and if he was cryptocurrency and if he was making money or not making money, we don't know. They haven't put his income out yet. But
yeah, I was just being rude when I was like, he ain't got no money. I don't know that for sure. I'm just saying that.
Yeah, so some people are speculating that her attraction to him had to do with that part of his lifestyle, I guess, to fit her lifestyle. So,
or the appearance of it anyway.
Yeah, the appearance. And so we have this video where she was calling him the N-word. So when you're hearing the bleeps, it's cussing and her calling him the N-word as well. So
okay.
Don't touch me!
What is going on? Like, are you gonna get this mad at me when I'm apologizing to you?
No, Christian.
Like, you're thinking I'm doing it on
purpose? Drop your high pitch.
Okay, I'm not doing it on purpose.
You touched the heart. You know damn well.
He seems a lot more controlled than her. And I don't know if this is because it's like the beginning of the argument or what, but he seems a lot more controlled, or he's the one recording. So that can affect whether you're yelling or not.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's also that, so when she was, I noticed something, I might get flamed for saying this, but when in the elevator video, when she was hitting him and stuff, he was like smiling sometimes. And that doesn't mean that he thought it was funny or anything like that. But sometimes you'll have that person that like needles the other person until, you know, they boil over and they overreact. And that's a part of like the toxicity of the dynamic. No one has the right to put their hands on anyone ever, never. You remove yourself from the situation if you're so annoyed. But yeah, so, you know, it could be that he is a bit manipulative since he, you know, what are you talking about? Blah, blah. It could be that, you know, I'm completely innocent, or that he's manipulating the situation and then starts recording when she blows up. But it doesn't matter because you are ultimately in control of your own self. You have no right to put your hands on anyone, you know, male or female. Yeah. Oh, it could. Yeah, you're right. It could have just been nervous laughter. I'm just saying, I'm saying possibilities, guys. I'm not saying for sure that he was manipulating her at all. I'm just saying that that could have been a part of the dynamic, or it could not have been. I'm just there's different types of toxic dynamics. Why am I stuttering so much today? I'm tired. Yeah.
And it says that's what the attorney is basically trying to argue to. Her attorney is saying, oh, he kind of, you know, pushed the buttons, and he's like the worst type of domestic abuser because he comes off as the good guy in front of everyone else, but behind closed doors, he's the one starting the drama. That's the attorney's position. But I would like to see
I mean, good luck with that. That could actually be true, but because she stabbed and killed him, the jury's not going to be very sympathetic.
And he's not there to tell his side of the story. We can only hear what she's saying. And then we'll be able to hear what the neighbors say. And then some friends that were close to them.
And then probably some of these if she's going to try to paint him out as an abuser, that's going to open up the universe of evidence a lot more. Because it's like, okay, you're saying he's an abuser, but were you afraid of him? Were you cursing him out and calling him the N-word? Were you afraid of him when you stabbed him the first time? Were you afraid of him here, and here when you're hitting him in the elevator? It just, like, you can't say that, oh, he was abusing me over time and I was so afraid of him. But then there's all these incidents of you being the initial aggressor or the most aggressive. So that's a catch-22. I mean, as a defense attorney, I get it. That's what I would probably try to argue, is that, you know, he plays innocent, but behind closed doors, he's the one that's starting it. But there's just so much evidence to the contrary. That's going to be tough. Yeah. And
even in this situation, yes, he's the one recording this one, but the elevator was recording the other one. So if he knows that the camera is there, she probably also knows that the camera is there,
and she still can't control herself. Right. That's what really does it for me, is that, like, you know, you're in public, you're right. As in an elevator, anyone can walk into that, right? Everyone knows that there's likely something recording, and you still cannot control yourself, and you still feel so entitled to put your hands on him. That really does make me think. I don't think she was ever genuinely afraid of him, and that they were both mutually abusive to one another.
Yeah, and even on the elevator video, she was hitting the screen, like for the floors, before she started hitting him. So
I saw that.
I don't know.
Little malicious destruction of property thrown in there. Yeah, I saw that.
All right, let's see here.
Well, the right thing to do is to tell me.
Yes, and I am so sorry.
So shut up and let me f***ing slap you, dumbass.
No, you're not going to slap me.
Give me my phone.
You have your phone.
I don't have it anymore. Find it and f***ing charge it.
You hear how she's talking to him?
Find it and charge it.
I'm sorry.
I don't care. Find it and charge it.
Okay, just stop.
Don't talk to me.
Man.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Oh, man. Because I'm telling you, I'm sorry.
And then he's like, all right. Find my phone and charge it.
I don't know where your phone is.
Nah, she just sounds like an
Can you
abusive.
help me find it?
And this is the situation that he saw a girl that she didn't want him to see out in public.
He just saw a woman in public. He saw a woman in the wild.
Oh yeah,
He didn't
but
take her on a date.
it's a yeah, exactly. It's a woman that he knows. So maybe there was like some history in between them. And the way I'm picturing it is like he's at the park and the woman is also at the park. And maybe the woman came and said, hi, oh, cute dogs. And then end of story. Or maybe they had a little bit longer of a conversation, but it's not a situation where he's like, oh, there's that woman I like. Let's go on a steak dinner. She said, you saw her, so you know the right thing to do was to tell me. You should have told me that.
Oh, and that's what this is all about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
that's
the
what
way
this screaming is for.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh, I said that's what this screaming is about. And then now she's telling him to find her phone and charge it like he's a slave. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't like the way she talks to him at all. The jury hears this, and I mean, the jury hears anything, sees anything. All the evidence is bad, but this is especially bad. I think even like watching her slap him around really upset me. But sometimes words can hurt and be like the pain from them can be more long lasting than physical abuse. And I like feel hurt just listening to how she's talking to him, just like I would. I don't know if you've ever heard a domestic violence situation between where the man is the aggressor and like. If you hear sometimes it can be like maybe caught outside or recorded on accident or surreptitious recording, and they feel like comfortable, like no one else is there. The way sometimes an abusive husband will speak to an abused wife. That's exactly how she sounds. And it's like bone chilling because it's like a hatred that's there that, you know, where is this even coming from? Why would you be with somebody if you hate them that much? And just trying to like, they're trying to like break the person, you know?
Yeah.
That's sad. She
just
really
saying,
is
come
making me
here.
sad.
Yeah, even just saying, come here and let me slap you. Like, what? Like, is that something?
It's very Amber Heard. It's very like you were not punched. You got slapped. It's very, you know, it's like.
Or I didn't stab him. I threw the knife at him and it just happened to go 3 inches deep. Because I'm in knife throwing competitions. I don't know. Like, come on. And I went axe throwing a couple of months ago, and it takes a lot of force. And I don't think my axe ever went 3 inches deep. And no, that's a lot bigger and heavier. So
exactly. When like,
they have to wet the wood.
Picks up the knife, it's gonna make the knife like light. You know, like when it's in the air, it's gonna slow it down. There's no way that she's gonna throw it across the room and it's gonna go 3 inches into his chest or his shoulder or whatever, into the muscle, through the bone. Like, feel that right there.
Into the body. Like,
yeah. No, I don't believe it.
I don't believe it either. Let me finish up this video.
I won!
So why?
Yeah, why are you screaming?
Yeah, man. Yeah, some old man, huh? Shut the up. I need to find it because I have to go meet her again.
To go out?
No!
You said she invited you.
Kristen, just find my goddamn phone.
I don't have your phone. Just
find my phone.
Sissy, can you just please
shut up?
Oh my
Shut
God.
up. You went to go talk to her without talking.
I didn't go.
Yes, you did. You always want to you asshole.
Hold on.
You told me about it. Now
the way her voice modulates, she sounds like you don't curse. She sounds like a demon.
Yeah, she sounds
like she sounds possessed. Like she sounds like serious, like Emily Rose. Like she sounds possessed.
Did you hear how he called her a man and he immediately pulled back and corrected himself? Like she said before. The way I take it is she's probably said before, don't call me a man. That's offensive. And as soon as he called her a man, he said, you mean, I don't mean like man, but you know what I mean. But she's calling him the N-word, telling him, come let me slap you, all kinds of stuff. And she never pulls back. That's why I say he seems more controlled than her. Cause like he just called her man, like dang man. And he pulled that back.
Right. Like he wasn't calling her a man. He was just saying
Yeah.
like, man, I would be like, why are you acting like a you know what? That's unfair to men to say she's acting like a man. She was acting like a rabid animal. She was acting like she was possessed by a demon. Like she sounded terrifying, like completely unhinged and divorced from reality. She just sounded like there was no getting through to her. She was in her own little bubble of rage. Like that was scary, man.
Yeah. And welcome to the membership, Suzanne. I'm sorry it's on such a tough case, but welcome on in.
Oh, hello.
The other part of it was, what other part did I want to say about that? Did you hear what she said about you went there to talk to her? He said, I didn't go there to talk to her. No, you went there to talk to her and you always wanted to F her. And it's just like, what is this argument? Which
I don't
is,
understand
he saw
how
a girl out.
I don't understand how somebody who participates in, I don't know what type of OnlyFans content she does, so I'm not sure if it's exactly.
Oh, it's sexual.
Okay, so how can someone who participates in sex work be so insecure in their relationship? Like, you would think that it would be the other way around. Like the person who's in the relationship with the person who's doing sex work, they would be more insecure. But he's just a crypto bro. Like, why are you afraid? You're like I would feel like you should be more confident if you're willing to put yourself out there like that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe that's backwards thinking on my part. Maybe I have to examine that. But I would just think that maybe she would be more confident in herself, but clearly not. This is a deeply, deeply insecure woman. Deeply insecure.
I would agree.
I was like that.
This is long.
Yes,
I didn't go to talk to Aro. I was going on a bike ride. Like, what the
bike ride?
You going to talk to Aro? Is this going to make you act like this?
You literally talked to her without telling me.
Courtney, I was on a bike ride and she passed me and I said, hi, you and Courtney are having a live chat. My bad, I forgot to tell you that. That doesn't make you to act and call me a
You're
Yes, thank you. Coming from Courtney, thank you.
I want you to get away from me. Get away from me.
He wanted to get her recorded calling him that. Yeah. That's why he was recording her. And he's going, yes, thank you. But more the fool. Ooh, I'm gone. Sorry. No problem. More the fool you, because yes, I got her. You heard him. He went, yes, thank you. Yes. He got her. And then you didn't leave and you didn't stay away. You stayed or you came back. It's not his fault that he's dead. No one deserves that. He did not deserve to be abused, but it can be a cautionary tale to all of us. If someone is willing to degrade your humanity, and that's what she's doing when she's calling him that, right? Degrade your humanity. They don't care about your life. They don't care about your safety. They don't really love you. You're just an object of desire and an object of possession and an object of ownership. And so it's like when people are like, it's kind of like, okay, sorry, I don't mean to be a tangent, but it just reminded me of this thing. Okay. There's this thing on TikTok right now where a lot of stay-at-home moms and traditional wives will post things where their husbands do, just terrible stuff. Either, oh, he cheated on me, or he set up an Easter dinner with 30 people and gave me no notice. And now he wants us to completely clean down the house. And all he's doing is blowing leaves outside and not helping it with anything on the inside. That was a real thing that actually happened. And then people get enraged on the woman's behalf. And they're like, wow, or another woman, there was a tornado coming towards us and my husband was gaslighting me and saying that I was being crazy. But come to find out, there really was a tornado coming right towards us and we could have all died and he wasn't treating it like it was serious. Oh, wow. So you're going to leave your husband, right? And then they don't. They just are like, no, I just wanted to vent this thing that made me unhappy. You are giving us actual tangible evidence of emotional abuse, financial abuse, sexual abuse, physical abuse, and bringing it to the public and preserving it for the record. You have it recorded that this husband has done this thing to you, but you're staying. So what is the point of that? You know what I'm saying? What is the point other than I just want to vent about it? This is not something you just vent about when your partner is calling you the N-word, or if you're white. So imagine like a black man has a white wife and he calls her a racial slur for white people, or if she's Asian, calls her a racial slur for Asian people. You'd be out of your mind to stay in that relationship because that person doesn't value you as a human being, you know? So it's like, stop giving us examples and saving receipts of people devaluing you, and actually start valuing your own life. This is so the way that woman sounds, it sounds like she could have killed him right then and there. She's so terrifying.
Right. And even you saying calling her a racial slur. He called her man and she blew up. Imagine if he called her the B word. Like, you don't even have to go racial slur. She's calling him all things under the sun, and it just drives her crazy that he called her man. Oh, I mean, not man, but you know what I mean. So it's a lot. It's a lot. And I don't think I mean, I would love to see how they put together the self-defense. Definitely would love to see it. But if she's going to try to say self-defense and he was the aggressor, I see a lot of this stuff coming in.
Yeah, I feel like any self-defense where it's like, you know, she would never start this or something, you're opening the door. And if they try to say it was an accident and not in like involuntary manslaughter or something instead of second-degree murder, then, well, it wasn't accidental when you stabbed him previously, and that should have been your warning sign not to do it again, and you did it again, and you know the risk, and so it's not involuntary manslaughter, it's intentional homicide. So there's just this case is a landmine for the defense right now. Yeah.
And even how did the knife get in your hand? Or she said he was yelling at her, but I don't know. It wasn't to cut the Subway sandwich. It was not to cut the Subway sandwich. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Right. No. And then I just have one more thing. I don't know if you have to go yet, Natalie, but
what time is it? I don't even know. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you. My time is 10:17. I got a little look at my eyes. I got a little bit of time left in me.
Okay, no problem. I just have a quick timeline, which we've covered most of the stuff, so I'm gonna kind of breeze through it.
Okay, and I'm gonna shut my mouth while you do that.
Yeah, it's okay. All right, so let's get into it. We already covered the arrest affidavit. Oh, first of all, I have to share the screen. That would be a good idea. Let's see here. All righty. And then there we have it. All right, so we have July 2021. Courtney was arrested in Las Vegas for domestic violence against Christian. Then we go on to February 2022. I'm sure there's things that happened in between there. And that was one other point. I haven't gotten the timeline on it, but apparently she moved from Texas kind of without him. And I think that's why her name was only on the lease. And then he followed her there. And a lot of her or a lot of their friends were like, they should have just broken up right then because the relationship was already tumultuous. So
yeah,
I don't know what happened in between.
Mutually dependent and toxic, and he just couldn't leave.
Right. So they move into, I guess I can add in here, oh, this is the PDF, but I can add in, they moved into this apartment on January 2022. So they were barely there for a month before the elevator altercation. And that was towards the end of the month. And then she kicked Christian out. I don't know if I might have put that in the wrong spot. Okay. And then April 1st, it was in the wrong spot. At the end of March is when she kicked Christian out when the mom was there. And then they got back together on April 1st, rekindled the relationship. They started arguing, and that's when the police was called and Courtney appeared to be intoxicated. I honestly would not be surprised if she was intoxicated during the stabbing incident as well, because in the Instagram video she filmed right before he came in, she looked a little weird to me. I don't know, because I don't know her. I don't follow her, but like her face was kind of red. It looked like she might have been crying or something. It was very weird. I'll probably show it a little bit just to show what she looked like. April 3rd comes along, and that's when Christian goes out to walk the dogs and bring back sandwiches. Courtney stabs him at some point. They were insinuating that she dragged him around the apartment, but now it's kind of sounded like maybe he walked around the apartment. And they said she was dragging him on a bed sheet, basically trying to move him from room to room to try to find something to wrap around. Because I know at some point he was saying, put pressure on it, wrap it around.
Wait, so they think she put him on a bed sheet and was dragging him around? Oh, Lord.
Yeah, because they say there's blood. Yeah, they say there's blood drag marks. And then also in the affidavit, it said that there was a bloody sheet. So they think that she was trying to either drag him around or wrap him up with the sheet to stop the bleeding.
She might have been on more than just alcohol. Did she take drugs? This sounds like drugs.
Hey, I don't know.
I don't know. You know, I deal with a lot of people with drug issues, and it sounds like crackhead thinking to me. Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, so she's on the phone with her mom at 4:43, and then at 4:47 she calls the police, and then at 5:25 that day the mom texts her reminding her that the stabbing was self-defense and not to say anything to an attorney.
Not to say anything to an attorney?
Or not to say anything without an attorney, sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, she didn't listen to that because she did talk to the police. Yeah. Okay.
Right, exactly. Courtney gave her statement in a recorded interview and then was sent home. Courtney later told the police she stabbed Christian after he grabbed her by the throat and shoved her against the wall. She allegedly said she ran to the kitchen, grabbed a knife, and threw it at him from about 10 feet away. But there's blood droplets in the kitchen. So that's
she probably stabbed him in the kitchen. Yeah.
She stabbed him.
Well, if you could run to the kitchen, why not just run out of the house?
Yeah, that's an option. But she wanted to do something. I don't think she wanted to get away. I don't think she wanted to get away. I think she wanted to do something. Even the fact that the fight started 10 minutes after him coming into the door, like that's crazy.
Yeah, she was ready for it.
And so the police initially found that it was self-defense. They later reviewed the medical examiner's information and found that he died of a stab wound that was of the subclavian artery in the right side of his chest that was apparently about 3 inches deep. After that, they issued warrants and subpoenas. And I don't know if you know about this, but this happened in April. My girl went to Hawaii. She went to Hawaii. I think she was like in like a mental hospital or something, or maybe she was just trying to detox for her mental health. I can't remember exactly what it was, but she went to Hawaii. She's just living her life. And then she was arrested in Hawaii August 9th.
Between the time of her arrest and the time of stabbing, she went to Hawaii?
Yes, she was in Hawaii at the time of her arrest. And I think she had been there for several months, if I'm not mistaken. And there's also video of her being out with like her dad or somebody drinking drinks at a bar. Just living her life.
Oh, there's so much evidence against her.
Yeah, she's just living her life. Like she probably thought she was going to get off on self-defense. Heck, she was off for at least 5 months on self-defense.
Yeah. So, why would anything change?
Right. And then
that's horrible.
Yeah. And then on August 31st, the trial date was set for December 19th of 2023. I hope I can cover that. I think they're having like the delayed live streams though on that case, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. September 6th, they had an evidentiary hearing where the prosecution presented evidence that they will use against Courtney, including the crime scene photos, the murder weapon, and the timeline before and after she stabbed Christian. Also they tried to omit the video from the elevator, which Courtney's attorney objected to, but the court denied Courtney's attorney's request to limit the evidence. So I think that one is coming in. She was also charged with second-degree murder. She pleaded not guilty. And then on December 8th, she was denied bail because she was considered a flight risk because of all the money that she made on OnlyFans, $1.8 million. So she could get a fake
passport and take off. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Well, she was already in Hawaii.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying she was also in Hawaii already. So if you don't think she's a flight risk after her going to Hawaii, like, yes, she is. This is an illustration of the type of knife that was used. So one of those like, what do they call it? Fruits? What are they called?
Serrated.
Yeah, the serrated knives. And it's a 6-inch blade. And so 3 inches would have been this far down.
That's a lot.
And you know, kitchen knives are not heavy. So I don't know what. I hope she gives up on that defense that she threw it.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see that defense again. I was still under the influence when I came up with that bull crap. Yeah.
Right. And then this is just the timeline of when he left that he called her when he was on the way back home. She called him again, and then he walks into the door at 4:33. Then she called her mom at 4:43, and then again at 4:49. And then she calls the police at 4:57, and then the police officers, dang, they got there fast, 7 minutes. Yep,
which
so
is
they were
even worse for her because had she called earlier, they would have been there faster.
right. And so, yeah, 13 minutes she waited. And I wonder if he would have survived if she would have called the
He
police
probably could
earlier.
have. If someone could have
Yeah.
stopped the bleeding, yeah, he could have.
Mhm. But it pierced the artery. But I'm not a medical expert, so I don't know.
Well, me either.
Yeah. So
That's true.
that's the basic timeline on it. I'm probably gonna add some more stuff in there, but it escalated.
Did you do
pretty
this?
quickly.
Did you make this timeline?
Yes, I pulled it from like different articles. I didn't make like these little graphics. I stole these. I probably don't want to.
Right, but no, I mean, borrowed, not stole.
Borrowed.
Right.
Right.
Cite your sources, you know. No,
Yeah.
you don't need to reinvent the wheel, as they say.
Right. Exactly.
Well, I'm very impressed.
Yeah. So that's the timeline that I have now.
I think it's a very good timeline, and it was it was more shocking to see it all written out like that.
Yeah.
Nefertiti says, and thank you for the super chat, Nefertiti. Did they say how she found out about him seeing some girl? I think they were live streaming. I still don't understand that one because you live in Miami with tons of pretty girls in bikinis. Yeah, apparently, like the girl was live streaming and he passed her, and Courtney saw it. No,
so
that's how it sounded in the streaming.
So Courtney had a live stream set up, like she was supposed to be live streaming with the girl, like later on in the week or at some point. So that's how they knew her. But he said he went on a bike ride, like outside in the park, and he saw her and said hi. And he probably either maybe a friend said something to her, or maybe he just said it in passing, and she was probably like, "What? You saw her?" Or maybe the girl said, "Oh yeah, let's live stream. By the way, I saw Christian at the park," or something.
That's
like
what
that
it sounds
nature.
more like. Is that someone else told her? It doesn't seem like he told her because probably it was uneventful to him. You know.
he said hi, and he was riding his bike. So very naturey guy.
This is really sad. This is so sad. All right, well, I'm going to get off of here. Thank you so much.
All right.
For having me. This has been amazing. I mean, this is a great way. Well, I came back to YouTube, I think last week or the week before, but I wasn't really back on Legal Bites, but this is really me coming back. So thank you so much, Bree. It's nice to see all of you, Bree Hive.
Yes, thank you for coming on. I think we should do this more often. I think it was really good.
Me too. It was a lot of fun. All right, I'll talk to you later.
All right, have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. So for those of you watching on Natalie's channel, if you want to then come over to the Bree Hive channel so that everybody can see your chats, that would be cool. If you guys are not subscribed to Natalie, please do go and subscribe to her channel. I know a lot of my chat are already subscribed to her, but if you're not already, please do. And if you're on Natalie's channel and you're not subscribed to me, please do. Hopefully we'll do more collaborations like this, especially if you guys enjoyed it. We did already hit our 100 likes goal on my live stream. There's still 86 people watching live on my channel. And we are at 146 likes. So if you have not hit the like button yet, please do so, especially if you like the content. All right, let's see. I want to show you guys the Instagram video and let me know. I should have more time to get to the chat now. It's hard to get to the chat when we're having conversations. So that's why I just kind of pulled them up as we went. But I do want to show you guys the Instagram video so you guys can kind of see her behavior on the video. She looked like she had to be intoxicated. To me, she appeared to be intoxicated under some type of intoxication. I don't know what kind. But she did appear to be that way to me. So let me go ahead and stop that share. And then I'm going to share it again and pull it up for you guys here. All right. Come on, computer. We are almost there. Okay. So we are going to share this screen. And then, did I do it? Yep, this one is sharing the audio. And then I'm going to fast forward it a little bit because like I said, she talked about a little bit of some raunchy stuff and I don't really want that on my channel. So we're going to go ahead and skip to the point where I think she says something a little relevant.
I've not
pause. A little relevant where she's talking about the police a little bit. So let's see. I'll go back a little bit further, see what she has to say here.
Support the police. I said, pops off like easy as hell. Very, very easy. But like it's way healthier for her now. So I'm missing about 3. 1, 2, 3. Yep, 3.
Talking about her nails, something casual.
But I'm not pissed about it. Do you support the police? I've actually, well, yes, I do. I do. I think a lot of times they don't do their job, for sure. In my experience, I've not been helped by them,
And maybe it's just
but I think for sure they typically do their job, and it shouldn't. I don't know.
all right. So that's the video I'm talking about. This is literally 10 minutes. Well, not this part is literally 10 minutes, but by the time she gets off of this, it's 10 minutes before she stabs Christian. So to me, she looks a little red. I could be, maybe I don't know her. Maybe she's always red. I don't know. And her eyes look very watery to me, but it could be those big eyelashes. I don't know. But to me, it looks like she did something. She does not seem sober to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and check in the chat what you guys think. And then I really hope she gets rid of that defense that she threw the knife. I think they're gonna let it go, but I really hope they do let it go. All right, we got Hella Swanky saying it's been confirmed she wasn't sober. So you're right, Bree. She was definitely intoxicated. I just can't remember the substance she dabbled in addition to alcohol. Oh, I didn't know that had already came out. I need to look into that a little bit more. Danielle says this is her right before. This is her literally right before. I think she started let's go back to our timeline. Let me stop this share here and then reshare. I need to be able to share more than one screen at the same time. Why do they not allow that on StreamYard? So let's go here. What were we looking at? There we go. This is right before. She was on Instagram sometime between 4:01 and 4:33 because she got off of Instagram right around 4:33. So maybe like 4:32 she got off of Instagram. So this is literally right before the stabbing. The altercation started sometime between 4:43 and 4:46, according to the police call made by the security guards at the actual apartment complex. So literally right before. Patty B says she didn't even look sober here. Yeah, that's what we're saying. Fentanyl, Sherry Monique, I don't know. Black Lucky Cat says, hey, friends. Hello, welcome in. Nice to see you. Let's see. We got Lola Waterton agreeing with Figs. Hella Swanky saying to Figs, I see you. I'm supposed to be easily, it's supposed easy to miss the signs of people, maybe try to deny they're seeing what they're actually witnessing. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the case. I don't think it's a good case for her. That's for sure. I do not think it's a good case for her. Let's see. Cherie says those lashes are looking a bit. Not the lashes are tipsy. Not the lashes are tipsy. Destiny BFL says from Natalie Page, a new follower to you now. Well, welcome in. We are happy to have you over here at the Bree Hive. Let the chicklets into the Bree Hive. I love to see it. Katoa says, I made it. Yes, glad to see you here live. Law Nerd Amber says she knows that a lot of her subscribers are probably law enforcement. Do you think law enforcement watches OnlyFans content? I wouldn't be surprised. I don't want to explain my reasoning for saying that, but I wouldn't be surprised. Patty B says, well, good. They certainly did their job with you. Let's see. Daniel says, well. Joe W says, can they test a murder suspect for drugs, alcohol upon arrest? Arriving on the scene, does that affect the legal standing of the crime or just possibly in the jury's eyes bias? So if they appear to be intoxicated, I don't know if they normally test. That will probably be more of a question for Natalie to tell you the truth. But if there's evidence that you are intoxicated, for instances like drunk driving or something like that, then yes, they can test it. So I wouldn't be surprised if they take the alcohol level too, especially if they feel like they're not telling the truth or their words are a little slurred. I don't see why they wouldn't be able to do that. And it doesn't affect the gravity of, the standing of the crime. Voluntary intoxication is not a defense for murder or other criminal charges. So one, it'll probably look bad on her, and she'll probably try to argue that it affected her judgment or like temporary insanity or something of that situation. But voluntary intoxication usually does not get you a lighter sentence. It's literally voluntary. The only way you can get intoxication to help you out in your defense is if someone like drugs you, which she's here by herself for 3 hours while Christian is gone. So it sounds like she did something herself. Tanya D says she's definitely under the influence of something. Don't know what it is, but it's something. Emma says, no, she seems to not be sober. Okay, so I thought I was tripping, but it looks like that's the case there. Hello Swanky says, welcome to the Bree Hive to Destiny BFL. Yes, we are a loving community here. Emma says like 10 minutes before. Yep, exactly. Right before he came into the house. All right. Soka Toa says, did the link go through? Which link? I think it was deleted. Is it the link to my channel? I don't know. I don't know exactly what you guys are referring to there. Joe W says, wouldn't you think sex work on live stream right before would have chilled her out, an emotional release? You would think so, right? Because right after that clip that I played, she started talking about some strange things that I would say would relate more to sex work than, just chatting with your crowd. Hello Swanky says, the figs. Oh yeah, I agree with you. I think I missed the actual chat, so I'm not going to read the whole thing. Mary Studvaint says, not sure how true it is, but friends have stated they did lines together. Whoa. All right. Did lines together. But then the question is, how do the friends know? Maybe they do it with the friends sometimes and the friends watch them do it. I don't know. Maybe she does it on her OnlyFans. I don't know. I wouldn't know. Cherie says, good night to Robert. Oh, I missed Robert Hines in the chat. Good night. I hope you have a good night. Lola Waterton says, Bree, you missed me and Hello Swanky's conversation about teaching children how to process and regulating emotion so they don't get to adulthood unable to get upset without throwing violent tantrums, which is true. Looks like something that probably happened in this situation, especially, not to put nothing on her mom, but especially if her mom is like supporting it. Like, I don't know. All right, let's see. I don't know if Natalie linked my live stream on her channel, but if you guys are watching on Natalie's channel, if you could jump over to my channel, that will help out my stream, and make sure to hit the like button to help out my stream as well. Let's see. Sherry Monique says, Joe W. No, could have also taken drugs to get in the mental space to perform, as far as doing sex work and like chilling out. That's a whole nother thing too. I know Natalie was mentioning about if you are the sex worker, you would probably have more confidence, but I have come across things where people that tend to be more attractive sometimes are a little bit more insecure than people that are not as attractive. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was a situation, especially if she's not used to other people taking attention away from her. That's a thing too. Afik says, I would say that the sex work would not cause her any release because it's work. Makes sense. Hello Swanky says, Mary is right, and friends know because birds of a feather flock together. That is true. That's a good way to put it. All right, let's see. We got Figs dropping a heart. Thank you so much for that. Patty B says, what would be her best defense in your opinion? I don't see one for her. Look, like I said, this will probably be a better question for Natalie, and maybe we'll watch the actual interrogation on Natalie's channel. That would be cool. I don't see one. Nothing's coming to my mind, but let me tell you the truth. I do not practice criminal law on a regular basis. I think she's going to jail. I don't think she has self-defense. I don't think that she has involuntary intoxication. I don't think that she has battered woman syndrome. I don't think she has any of that. So I think she's getting convicted. Sorry. Hello Swanky, agreeing with Figs 100%. That was her thinking. The release is for the customer, not the worker. Oh, makes sense. As far as, did she get some release from doing the sex work content before he got home? So Emma says, agree with that Two-Face. I wonder what they were arguing about, though. I really wonder what they're arguing about. Aka Gretchen says, jumping over. Yes, of course, jump over to this stream if you can. That would be amazing. I don't know. Let's see. All right. So, yep, guys, if you are still on Natalie's and you want to jump over, I'm probably going to be ending the one on Natalie's stream because I don't want to just be talking at the end of her live stream. And she's not even here making content on her channel. So I am going to end Natalie's live stream. So let me go ahead and actually drop in the chat where I am at. We have a little bit more to go, and then we're probably going to log off. But I would appreciate if you guys will hop on over to my channel, hit the like button, help the stream grow. That would be amazing. Let me see. Is this the link right here? We're going to share it, copy. I should have probably already did this. This is the link to the stream on my channel. Same stream, just different channel, which I think is like really cool that StreamYard released this. I think it's really cool. So there is the link. I don't know if you guys can copy the link from there, but if anybody knows, and let me do this too. Let me go in YouTube Studio and put it in the description as well. That way you guys can click it on your desktop. Oh, we got some new friends here subscribed. I think we got like 40 new subscribers. So welcome over to the Bree Hive for those of you that have subscribed from this live stream. Let's see here. I'm just doing back end stuff. I'm already yellow flagged on this live stream. Talking too much about murder and things like that. So it is what it is. It is what it is. I am going to link it here right under the description part of things and right above the hashtag. So it is now linked at the bottom, and then I'll link Natalie's channel later on to the live stream. So you guys can, if people are watching on the replay, you can also follow Natalie. All right, let's see where we're at. I think we have finished all the videos. If I missed anyone's like super chat or new membership, I'm sorry. It's hard to like watch chat and have conversation with people. I'm new to this, not true to this. Okay. I'm new to this, not true to this. So I'll get better as we have more guests onto the show, but let's see here. Where are we at? We got D Money saying, I guess the Dr. Phil episode was deleted. I don't know. I get bored at work and watch this on OWN and was shocked she wasn't charged. She was out for a long time before she was charged. It's crazy. Tiny D says, I got your back. Taylor Swanky. But MG Mustang. I feel like I haven't seen a lot of my members for this live stream because I've been just running my mouth. But we also had a lot of information on this live stream. So I hope you guys forgive me. MG Mustang 05 says psychotic breakdown in her own is her only defense, but she's still going to prison. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. She's probably going to try to do not fit to stand trial. I think that's part of the reason, don't quote me on this, but I think that's part of the reason that she was actually in Hawaii. She claimed that it was like for her mental health. But I don't know. Are you guys in support of her or no? Let me do a poll. And this is just, we don't know yet. There's more evidence to come out. But right now I would do, is Courtney likely? And remember, they don't need to show intent in this. They do not need to show intent because it's second degree. It's not premeditated, or they do need to show intent. Sorry. They don't need to show premeditation like that she planned it, which I don't know. I think they might have had a case for premeditation because 10 minutes after he walked into the door, we don't know the story about the argument. So I guess I think there may have been a split second where she was like, oh, I'm going to stab him. To do the stabbing, which transfers the intent to the intent to kill. So is Courtney likely to be found guilty? Guilty. And then I'm going to do yes, guilty. And I'm putting a poll up in chat. Yes, she's guilty. No, she's not guilty. And then go away, little box there. And then not sure yet. just based on some of the evidence that we went over, what do you think? Do you think she's a better woman? Do you think she had been being abused and she just overreacted? Let me know what you think. There is a poll up in the chat for those who are watching over on my channel. There's a poll up in the over on the chat. And then at this point, I think I'm gonna. Oh, StreamYard actually added a new feature. I saw it in the corner, but I didn't really pay attention to it. But apparently it had all the chats pulled up. And so I do think, and the members. Wow. Okay, let me go ahead and do that then to make sure I didn't miss anyone. Of course, the gifted memberships, those ones don't pop up, but the members, if you bought on the channel, do pop up. So let's see. And then I'm going to go ahead and end Natalie's chat. So if you guys would like to come over, I put the link into the description box and also I put it into chat. And then can I pin a chat as well? So let me actually do that. Let me pin the chat for the link and then send it. And then how do you pin? Oh no, I left. How do you pin a chat? I don't even know how to pin a chat. Talk about let me pin a chat. Oh, here we go. Pin the message. There's the link to hop on over to this channel. I am closing down Natalie's channel in 3, 2, 1. Make sure you guys jump on over. I'll give it a little bit of time because my chat is delayed. I'm going to be shutting down Natalie's stream. So like I said, we're doing that in 3, 2, 1. The live stream on my channel is linked if you would like to stay on. See you guys later. Thanks to the Natalie Lawyer Chick. We're still on Boss Attorney Bree channel. So don't go anywhere if you're already over here. All right. All right. And I think we are still live. Let me know if y'all are still here. I think, yep, we took Natalie's channel off and it's just on my channel now. I thought I ended my live stream. I was like, ah! All right. So we had Christopher become a new member on Natalie's channel. Regina Gladarom became a new member on Natalie's channel. K-Rab dropped a super chat, $5.99 on Natalie's channel. Thank you guys so much. Saying ID was found in the glove in a box, not the glove box of the car. And that was related to the Kohberger case. I think we touched that one. I don't think I missed anything now that I'm looking at it. Michaela King became a new member of Natalie's channel. Danielle became a new member of my channel. Zoe left a super chat on Natalie's channel saying, "Hi, Natalie. I appreciate and enjoy your channel. I respect your dedication and want to thank you for sharing your knowledge." Miss Opinionated gave Black Girl Magic ×2 a super chat. Thank you for that. Miss Opinionated also gave another $2 super chat saying, showing Bree some love too. Thank you for that for sure. Nefertiti said, with text like that, do you think she could be charged with anything? I think that was referring to the text from the mother. And we addressed that. Don't think she maybe accessory, but I don't think she did anything. And I think Natalie also said did anything intentional enough to be liable for that. And then we had Susanna becoming a member. Welcome to the membership on my channel. And then Nefertiti saying, Nefertiti, oh, why do I keep saying that? Did they say how she found out about him seeing some girl? I still don't understand that one because you live in Miami with a ton of pretty girls in bikinis. And we touched on that one a little bit. It looked like he saw her outside while he was on a bike ride. Courtney knew of the girl because they were going to do a live stream together. And apparently she thought that Christian liked her. So that's something new. Let's see where we are at on the live stream. Likes, we have 194 likes on the live stream with 93 people watching live. So if you have not already, please do hit the like button. We are going to let's double our goal, our live stream goal. That would be amazing. All right, let's go ahead and see a few more chats and then we're going to log out of here because I know it's early to end the Beehive chat. But we also started earlier. So we started earlier than we normally do. All right. So here we go. D Money saying we're here. Hello. Welcome in. Sherry Monique says still here. Awesome. Awesome. I thought I shut the whole chat down, so I'm glad that it worked out. All right, Becky Patel, member of the channel, saying yes, still here, dropping the chiclet and the bees, joining in good harmony. This was a great live stream, guys. D Money says you are a doll for shouting out Natalie's super chat. Yes, of course. We support each other. I love Natalie. I love Natalie over on my channel. So she helps me out when she joins me, and I help her out by joining her. So I love to support Natalie's channel. Let's see where we at. Cat in the hat with a bat says, Night Bree, keep up the good work. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining live. Sorry, I didn't end my sentence. Law Nerd Amber says, Joe W, I think so. Let's hope they grow big and tasty. Are you guys planting things? Soka Toa says, saw a woman in the wild. All right. Hello Sunky says, that girl is so insecure, like disturbing, violently insecure. That's scary. And the fact that she potentially, and I haven't seen this, that's why I'm saying potentially, stabbed him before in the leg, it's just, I don't think it does not look good for her. Danielle says, woot, yay, get the likes up. Yes, of course. Yes, of course. Taidi says, look at you, Boss Attorney Bree, finessing multiple streams. StreamYard came out with this feature, and it's like, it's cool. It's cool. So hopefully we'll have more coming in at when more people join the stream. Because Melissa's saying, still here. Thank you for joining in and staying to hang out with us. Marianne said, woohoo, 200. Did we hit it? Because we are yellow flagged by YouTube right now. Yes, we are at 201 likes. Thank you guys so much for hitting the like button and supporting the channel. Mary Studvaint says, didn't he write a letter to her stating she had previously harmed him, but he forgave her because he loved her? Would not be surprised if that happens. That happens a lot. So I haven't seen that, but I definitely will look into this case more because this is one that I do want to cover. 201 likes. Yes, of course. Cat in the hat with a bat. Night, y'all. Have a good night. Thank you guys for joining me, hanging out. We went through a lot of information today. Fig says, question, have they released the autopsy? Did he pass because of one stab wound? Did he pass because? Yes. So he passed because of that one stab wound. It does not seem like there was any other injuries. I believe the affidavit also said it was just a single stab wound. And the reason why, I don't know if this is the reason why, but she actually hit an artery, which is hard to stop the bleeding from an artery. Artery is like one of the main sources of blood in your body. So it's a potential that he would have died even if, let me be quiet. I'm not a medical expert, but when you hit someone in the artery, that's a lot harder to save than if she just stabbed him in the arm randomly and didn't hit a vein or an artery. So, but yes, one single stab wound is all that I'm seeing here. SAO7 says, wonder how the other woman looked. Just curious about that. They said her name, but I couldn't really catch what they were saying. But I'm sure we can find her if she's on OnlyFans or Instagram. Law Nerd says, yes, Bree, I planted sweet peppers during the stream. They're named Bree and Natalie. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, I hope they grow to be amazing. Grow big and strong. Sweet peppers. I love that. Sweet peppers for Bree and Natalie. Love it. Never had a plant named after me that I know of. So I appreciate it. Thank you. MG Mustang says, I watched her bond review hearing her father was actually handling her finances. How sick has humanity become? I mean, it's a lucrative career, if that's what you want to call it. She also said in her live stream she probably wouldn't be doing it in 5 years, but that is a little weird. I don't know. It's a little odd to be handling your daughter's sex work money, but I guess how they have momagers, they got dadagers. I don't know. Maddie B says, it's so crazy to me how much violence comes from insecurity. Yeah, that's true. D Money says, give me a boring, regular looking lady life forever. Right. I don't have the energy. D Money, to be trying to impress people with my good looks on the internet. I don't know, but some people make a lot of money off of it, which is cool. Joe W says, so much love and support in the YouTube law community. It's great to see. Be a healthy hive is important. Yes, love it. That was so cute. Angela Omran says, I think she's guilty of manslaughter. My theory so far is she acted in a fit of uncontrollable rage, but I don't think she thought she was going to hit an artery and unalive him. Yeah, because if she stabbed him before and it worked out, she probably thought she stabbed him again and it worked out, because she didn't know that he died and she wasn't really asking about him. And when she realized that he did die, she was more concerned about who was going to take care of her dog. So, I don't know if I'm manslaughter, because one, if she stabbed him before, two, if this is constantly happening, like, I understand in that heat of the moment, but you're constantly having heat of the moment as a 25-year-old person and have not learned to deal with it and have not broken up with that person. So I don't know if that's going to work in this one. Usually when you're like in an uncontrollable rage and you get manslaughter, heat of passion, a crime of passion type of thing, that's usually like a one-off incident, not like this happens every single day. Because remember, they had an incident on April 1st. This happened on April 3rd. So yeah. I don't know if they're gonna win on that one. Monty B says, I'm so jealous of all the planting talk. We got snow again today, so I am still waiting to get work done outdoors. Oh, sounds fun. Snow doesn't sound fun, but doing the planting definitely sounds fun. Danielle says, agree with Mustang. The father creeps me out, honestly. I think he was the one out having a drink with her, like right after the stabbing happened, and people basically called her out, like, you're just enjoying your life. You killed that dude. Jen gives, as if I'm not already yellow flagged, I'm yelling out, you killed that dude. Get it together, Brie. Jen Gibson says, when does the trial start again? I came in late. It'll be December 19th of this year. Chris Mullen says, one stab wound is all it takes, especially if you hit an artery, but also in other places too. Cheryl C says, why are we yellow flagged by YouTube right now? Probably because I keep saying murdered and killed and stabbed. And then I'm playing videos, so who knows? Somebody else might come after me too. Danielle says, is it flagged because of the info, the brutality of crime, and the language? Most likely, because I said murder and kill in like the first 2 seconds of the video. So it was a rough start to the live stream, but we ended on a good note. Cray 420 says, I think it was all makeup. I don't find her pretty. I mean, if you can make yourself look good with makeup, she definitely looks different now that she's been in jail for a while. Yeah. Lawner Amber says YouTube will demonetize or demobilize a stream for literally stating a fact. It sucks for creators. Yeah, I agree with that. But I have cool supporters that help me stay alive even without even with YouTube striking me, hitting me with the yellow. But most of the time when I talk about stuff like that, it's yellow flag for like the first day or so, and then it comes back green. So I have some that are still yellow, but most of them come back green. This one's probably not going to come back green. Sherry Monique says, listen, Kris Jenner was out here selling Kim and Ray's little tape. Lots of families get involved. I'm just saying that is true. Did not think about that. That is for sure true. All right, let's see where we're at. We are probably about to hop on out of here. Let's see. Cherie calling auto troll. Chris Mola says, yes, probably. And we keep saying those words in the chat also. Yeah, we're just calling for YouTube to recognize that we're being bad on YouTube. Cheryl Mullen says, oh, makeup can make anyone look beautiful. Yeah, that is true. And I mean, like, if that's your job, then yes, use the makeup, become the most beautiful person that you can become so that you can make as much money as you can make. I just didn't like her lip injections. I don't like lip injections. If they look natural, then sure, but I don't think hers look natural. Sherry Monique says, Ari and Shy 2 is gorgeous today. That's good. Here we go. Mary says, I'm late but happy to catch you. Well, we are happy to have you here. Like I said, it was a rough start to the stream, but we got on track. We got it together. Danielle says, OMG, you guys watch Lead Attorney's review of Ray J and Kim K thing. It is the best stream. It makes me laugh so much. Leeds Kim K voice is amazing. I have not seen that one of his. Monty B says makeup, good lighting, filters, a good camera can do magic and tricks. Yes. Oh, she actually talked about that in the live stream that I pulled up earlier. Someone asked her, like, why did she have so much work done? And she was like, I didn't have so much work done. I have on a filter or something like that. But I'm like, it doesn't look like it's filtering, but okay. Which filters are a whole new trick in the game. Lardner and Amber says, we're grown, YouTube. Let us have our conversation. Right. Right. Craig 420 says, Chris, that's what my mom says. All right. And so, yeah, we're all caught up on Courtney Clenney. We're going to be keeping up with it as new things develop. I'll try to see if I can find some more facts to kind of put into the timeline so that we have like a good timeline when the trial comes up and we're not shocked and surprised by anything because we'll already know everything. That's the goal with that timeline that I created. Same thing with the Bryan Kohberger case. We have a timeline going in that one as well. So as new things come out, I will be adding to that timeline and I'll try to update as much as possible. Next week, Tuesday, we're probably going to try to do something a little bit more fun. This one was a little heavy, a little hard, but great discussion. So thank you, everyone that joined the live stream. Thank you, everyone that hit the like button. We are at 205 likes on one live stream. We just got 10 new members in this live stream. So welcome, everyone that has joined the Bree Hive, either as a subscriber or a member. If you have not already, please do hit the like button. If you made it this far and you still are not subscribed, please do subscribe. We have goals that we are trying to reach this year as far as on this YouTube channel, and I would love to have you here with me to grow the channel. And like I said, I will try to do more collabs, especially more collabs with Natalie. So if you love the little duo today, please do subscribe to both channels. Thanks so much to Natalie for joining today. If you are not subscribed to her, please do go over there and subscribe to her. I am going to link her channel down below. I forgot to do it earlier. I don't know why, but I'm going to go ahead and link her channel down below so that you guys can follow her. But as for right now, I do have her linked in my most recent community tab post. So you can also follow her from there. But thank you guys so much. I hope you have a great night and also a great weekend.